step in the ring, it's NXT time. D-Walk on the mic, gonna blow your mind. We bring the energy, the crowds go wild. We stay on top, we never back down. We break the boundaries, push the limits. NXT wrestling, we the epitome of brilliance. From the mat to the mic, we bring the fire. D-Walk's the name, I'm the rhyme supplier.
In a squared circle, we wrestle with passion, heart and dedication. That's our ultimate fashion. We rise to the top, we dominate the game. NXT superstars, we won't be the same.
In the squared circle, we wrestle with passion, heart and dedication. That's our ultimate fashion. We rise to the top, we dominate the game. NXT superstars, we won't be the same.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? What's going on? It's your boy D-Walk. We're going to talk about some NXT action. We're going to talk about what you like, what you didn't like, what was popping this week. Was it trash or not? But like I said, you never know what visitors will come through. You never know who will come hollering at me, maybe never know, see? You never know. Like I say, it might be a motherfucking Jacques Cousteau. It might be anybody,
TikTok.
What's going on, Mr. I got my partner, Mr. Joe BNCO. What's going on? And then I got the Invisible Man and the Invisible Woman. What's going on?
Not much.
Hello. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. Ready to talk about some NXT. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
This was by far the fallout from No Mercy, and I had to explain what a fallout was to my beautiful future wife Cardala, because she doesn't watch after pay-per-views. It's in. I know, Joe. We'll get to it, Joe. I know.
Hey, struck a nerve on Joe.
Yes,
this show was just
It wasn't. Okay, Mr. Dennis, take it away because you know how Joe is.
All right, we'll kick it off with Trick Williams coming out to the ring.
Yeah,
we'll kick it off with Trick Williams coming down to the ring. How pissed off he was at Pete Dunne for suckering him last week. So
yeah,
Trick Williams talk his shit, and then out the blue, Pete Dunne come and they get throwing their hands on each other. And like I said, pretty much they fought. They fought like they was in prison or somebody owed somebody money.
Now
Pete Dunne just has so much resentment for that.
But let's check out NXT Time with D-Walk TV to see that clip.
You said it's your title? Really? Because I thought that Ethan Page would be defending his championship in 4 weeks when we moved to the CW Network October 1st, Tuesday night in Chicago. Yeah, that's me defending that title, not you. You, though, I'd be surprised if you even made it to Chicago.
Well, he wanted Pete Dunne. He's got Pete Dunne. Dunne tried another sneak attack. Trick was ready.
Not tonight, dog. Not tonight.
Security coming out here. These two meet in the main event. Look, you can be afraid of the chaos, or you can embrace it.
So, yeah. Shit got real.
I will say one thing though, honorable mention to Joe Hendry making that song about, and the song goes, Ethan sucks, we believe in Joe, Ethan. No, sorry. Yeah,
Put
Ethan.
on some clothes.
And they kept playing it. They're gonna keep playing that shit. They made a song that
Yeah.
Ethan's fucked for the rest of his life. If that shit goes to the main roster, he is fucked.
But here's the problem with that though.
Yeah.
All the gimmicky songs in the world, who's still got the championship?
I don't think that's what.
Ethan right now.
Okay, so therefore, his little catchy song or whatever that these idiots out in the crowd are singing are irrelevant. Irrelevant because he's not a champion. He's another loser,
Yeah.
and he goes to the back of the line.
Okay. But
Wait, who are we talking about?
Ethan Page.
Oh.
Now
I'm talking about the Joe Hendry, the loser, Joe Hendry.
I know, but his catchphrases are what's making him more famous.
Mm-hmm.
Like it or
Yeah,
not,
but how many championships he held?
not that many, because again, I know, that's true.
Yeah,
Not that many.
I agree with Alex though. Like once the crowd has spoken, like they want that man,
They won.
and they will have him.
This is true, but our truth has held more championships.
Motherfucker, you can't do that.
Mhm.
Yes, I
Can't do
can.
that, Joe. Look,
Oh, yes, I can.
No, because R2 has won like 50,000 over the 24/7 championship. That doesn't count.
Okay.
He beat Jinder Mahal on a golf course on a roll-up. For God's sakes, you're gonna compare Joe Hendry's non-titles to R-Truth's superfluous fucking title reign. Come on, man. I love R-Truth. Shout out to you. If I clip this, don't get mad at me.
He's also been the TNA champion before as well.
Here we go again with the TNA defense. Okay, let's just. Okay.
Wait. Okay. Very short question. Where did your beef with Joe Hendry start, Joe?
He angry.
I just don't like Joe Hendry. I just do not like him. He reminds me so much of John Cena, and I hate John Cena so much that it's just rubbing right off on him.
Is it the blank expression in his eyes when it comes out, that like infomercial?
It's the boringness of his fucking gimmick, and the fact that it feels like he robbed his whole gimmick from Simon Dean.
Okay, well, that's outside of my purview, but
And Elias too. He copied. By the way, Elias. And by the way,
it's like he took Elias and Simon Dean's gimmick and merged them.
It made it better because again, Elias doesn't have any songs that you remember, but I remembered like the Cheez-It song, the one before this one, and the Ethan Suck song.
That's what I said.
Elias was actually good though, pretty good on the microphone, on the guitar and stuff, and singing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. He played in Puerto Rico a few days ago. He wrestled and played. So
Yeah, no. To close out the Joe Hendry debate, I think that even if it is just like his 15 minutes of fame with NXT, the people are liking it and they're going to give the people what they want. So it might not last forever, but he's in the spotlight right now. So, anyways, what's next?
It's the business.
Yeah,
it is business.
exactly.
But back to you, Dennis. Because again, this is your show.
Sorry, Dennis. Thank you.
My apologies.
No, y'all good. I like it. It's like pouring gasoline on fire. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm excited the way y'all talk.
Trick Williams is another one that just he frustrates the fuck out of me because they gave him all this push and all this smoke and all this just jet fuel, and then it's like he got to a certain spot and they took the fuel away and he just crashed and burned.
I mean, you don't want to get him burnt out anyway. Like you don't want to see him how they did John Cena, where they forced Roman Reigns, early Roman Reigns, where they forced him down everybody's throat. I'd rather have him like take a minute, sit back, and then when the time ready and everything, because I like Trick.
Aren't they doing that to us? They're shoving Trick Williams into every single thing.
But hold on, but how you said he not in no contention. You always don't see him trying to keep coming back and forth for the NXT title. He doing different things. He refereeing. He beef with somebody else. Like I said, he's starting back over again.
but he's in the world title picture regardless. He was reffing for the world title match. He's involved in talking about Pete Dunne, and Ethan
Mhm.
Page, the world champion, came out
Mhm.
to confront him. He's
Mhm.
always involved some way, somehow in the world title picture.
Mhm.
Either
But that
put
don't
him in
mean
the world title picture or just move him up or do something with him so he's
he's
not
not. He's not finna get.
staying floating.
He's not finna run for the title again. It's gonna be a little bit. They got to make this just like Trick Williams is not finna beat Ethan Page for the bill. It's gonna be somebody else.
No, it's going to be somebody else.
Wait, hold on.
Well, yeah, this is the whole other conversation.
We'll get to that at the end. We're skipping segments here. What did you think of this basically start of a blood feud between Trick and Pete Dunne? By the way, Trick did make a diss track on him, and it was kind of whatever. But still,
Oh yeah, it was kind of dope.
I sent it to y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Joe. But my opinion, this reminded me of Rock Cena in the sense of like every time they saw each other, they just wanted to beat the shit out of each other every single fucking time, and they tried to encapsulate that with Trick and Dunne. It's true, like you guys want to fucking fuck each other up, like let's fight everywhere, let's just go. So I understood what they were doing throughout the night. I understood it, but it's not the same as, for example, Aleister Black and Mr. DIY or Asuka, Nikki Cross, or Adam Cole and Keith Lee. There's something missing, and I don't know. But that's what I think about this.
I'd like to see them give a push to Pete Dunne, a bigger push. I would like to see them elevate him past Trick into the world title picture.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I think this kind of out the storyline for me in the way that I was expecting it to, because it seems like they've been leading up to giving Trick his belt back. Like there really isn't anyone else that I could see taking the belt right now, and Ethan obviously isn't going to keep it because he's a shitface heel, right? So I thought this was, I mean, I wouldn't say it was the perfect setup, but it was a setup I was expecting, where they turned this random blood feud with Trick and Pete Dunne into an opportunity for Trick to get the belt back, which is exactly what they did.
Could be. Could be a way to get the belt back, or could be a way to slide Pete Dunne in to get the belt back, to get the belt, or a way to make Ethan Page look more like a chicken shit and just sneak in the win.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Ethan does. He just sneaks in wins.
Well, then maybe that starts an even bigger feud with him and Pete Dunne, and then Pete Dunne takes the belt. But yeah, there's plenty of different ways to go. But I don't think they've been doing this whole storyline with Trick just for him or Pete to not take the belt. So.
But you have to admit one thing though: Ethan Page is pulling off the heel perfectly.
Yeah.
He's playing the perfect heel.
From the beginning, he's been the entitled white boy,
Yes.
and he plays it well.
I mean, he was doing that in AEW also. I mean, he was playing that heel ego role in the AEW as well.
Yeah.
All right, so question:
Yes.
how is they doing Pete Dunne in two feuds with two different people on two different shows? How is he gonna do that? You know, he beefed with Sheamus, and now he beefed with Trick. How is they gonna do this?
Because he's Pete motherfucking Dunne. That's why.
So they gonna end up jumping him? Is Trick and Sheamus gonna end up jumping him?
I think what might happen, which no one's talked about yet, but Pete Dunne has not won the NXT Championship yet.
Have you won a North American title?
I don't believe so. He was the UK champion, the NXT United Kingdom champion, because he beat Gunther for it.
Yeah.
He's never won any of the NXT championship. He's never won the main one or the North American. Never won the tag team.
He didn't beat Gunther for it. He beat somebody else for it. But he was no. Pete Dunne was actually the first, I think, NXT UK champion.
No, he was the second.
Second?
He was the second. Yeah, his partner was the first, and then he was the second.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew he was up there in the first or second. He was up there in the top.
I'll show my girlfriend one day that match between Pete Dunne and Big Strong Boy. That was a match. Jesus. But anyway,
you know who they dropped the ball with since he went to the main roster?
Who?
Dragunov. They dropped the ball on him. They dropping the ball.
What are you talking about?
Ilya Dragunov.
He was just in a number one contend. He was just in a contenders match for the IC title.
He's not as dominant like he was at NXT. He didn't got
He lost
soft.
to Braun Strowman.
Before that. I'm just saying
I'm just saying, you can't be mad at a dude for losing to Braun Strowman.
No.
It was Braun Strowman and somebody else, but
no, he's supposed to. But before that, where is they doing with him since he moved to the main roster? He's something everywhere. They need to make him a heel. Quit making him a good guy. Make him a heel.
Yeah,
I feel that too. I understand that, but right now the main roster is kind of crowded.
and guess what? There's gonna be more motherfuckers coming in a couple weeks. I'm sorry, a couple months after Survivor Series, and then after that, a few more motherfuckers are coming in for Rumble. We can't keep using the excuse of like.
Trick's getting moved to the main roster shortly too.
Yes, but guess what? We can't keep using the excuse that if the main roster is crowded. If you have good fucking storylines, you can put 20 motherfuckers on top of one belt and still make sense. It can.
I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now. I've been watching all three shows, and AEW has had better storylines lately than I've ever seen. Their storylines are getting very, very good, and they're doing long-term storytelling, and they're also doing really in-depth storytelling on their shows.
Okay, but let's talk about that another time in our lives, because again, we get stuck on AEW. We do that for like 10 damn hours. Anyway,
but that goes to NXT, and I think it goes back to NXT though, because this goes back to go home shows and post match shows where they're having trouble doing those go home shows and post match shows, or pre pay per view shows.
Yeah, NXT is lacking, but let's continue on. What's up, mister? I got it right here. Got it right here.
Next match, we got a 3-way tag team match for the NXT titles.
Right here.
We
Number
had
one contendership.
Number one contenders. We had the Rascals. We had Hank and Stank. And then we had the Gallus boys. Yeah, Hank and Stank. I don't like them. I call them Hank and Stank.
All right.
You just mad because they get more TV time than OTM.
They get way too. Oh my god! Thank you for reminding me that even Jada Parker had to, like, if we haven't got to that backstage segment yet, where Jada Parker on an offhand remark said, "Oh, I'm glad OTM are not messing with them anymore. They don't need that drama." So literally last week it was going to be OTM and Hank versus Tank. And then this week they're like, you know what? We're not going to do that shit. OTM has been written off.
Which one's OTM?
OTM is Jada Parker's crew.
Wow.
The two big guys with the stuff on their heads, like with the braids. Yeah.
The only TV time they got was their picture on Jada Parker's entrance.
No. Also, they confronted Hank and Tank and was going to fight them, and they got written off the next week. Like, literally, Jada Parker said it on an offhand remark.
Well,
But the problem is that the only TV time that they got was their picture on her Titantron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, you a dark man today. You very dark. You got a dark cloud ahead of you.
You gotta be pretty shitty. You gotta be pretty shitty to only get your only airtime is on the Titantron of a female wrestler that just lost the women's championship. She had more title shots than you have.
And
Yeah.
again, we'll talk about that on the rise. This was a very cool tag team match. Very innovative from Hank and Tank. Very innovative from the Rascals.
It was good.
Yeah.
Gallus was Gallus. Whatever. Gallus was Gallus. I want to talk about two things, and I'd rather it be shown than it be seen. So, telling myself, let's see if I got this.
There is no disqualification. Hey, John Evans, get him some love. Booker. It's the Good Brothers taking out Hanky Tank, but Tank's on his feet, turns around, runs into Mark Coffey, but look who's standing, look who's climbing, look who's flying. Look out! Vince! Into the cover! Celebration
And
We all know what's going to happen.
Yep, we already know what's going to happen with this match next week.
hold up now. That's for next week. I thought it was for Halloween Havoc.
No, it's next week.
Oh, fuck.
Like I
Okay.
said, Axiom and Fraser nonstop. But go ahead, Alex or Invisible Man. What are your thoughts?
I want to quote Wrestle Culture, even though they're really just AEW pussies now. They made a good reference. Axiom and Frazier are the cancer of the tag team division. Whenever you go near them, they either take something away from you or you take it from them. But no matter what, you're fucked forever. Afterwards, you're never the same. Like cancer. So, fuck you, Axiom and Frazier, for that. You are just making it worse. Two,
Hey.
Good tag team, but just every time you fight with somebody, they get destroyed.
Well, I guess the pattern is you said that they fought the Rascals, and then
Lost
that's what
the belt.
caused Wesley to go dark, right?
Yep.
And then same thing with Chase U. So
Fought Chase U, Adrian Chase, Rich Olive went dark. Every person that goes near them just gets the evil and turns into cancer.
It's like if I can't beat them, I'm going dark.
And that's sad. That's
But you heard what they said in the interview after the match.
Mm-hmm.
The Rascals said after the interview, after the match, it's like, at least I know that my partner's got my back, unlike yours.
Yeah. But before that, let's talk about the believability of Javon Evans beating the shit out of Joe Coffey. I rewound that. That motherfucker was literally. I know you said you need the green light to beat your ass, so I'm going to literally beat your ass. I genuinely felt scared for Joe Coffey for a few seconds. I'm like, dude, this is fake. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. You know.
You felt bad for Joe Coffey getting beat up by crackhead Wesley? What the hell?
Well, first off, no.
Whoa.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, Joe. We're not gonna do that. It's a consensus of all of us saying no, Joe. No. Okay. Javon
Bad
Evans.
Joe. Bad Joe.
Javon Evans for me showed out because again he fought Joe Coffey by himself later on. I think it was later on. Yeah, later on. But he wanted to show like I ain't no fucking pussy. I'll beat your ass and fuck you up in front of and it makes sense. Like you want him to be a little strong. Let him fight Gallus. Fuck it.
Javon Evans is so skinny he turns sideways and disappears.
So what? And guess what? Freaking Johnny Wrestling is so small and skinny you can put him inside of a fucking luggage and take him back.
The sad thing is Johnny Wrestling's like double the size of Javon Evans.
X-Pac wasn't that big either.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It was.
Listen,
He wasn't, but he was bigger. He was bigger than Javon Evans.
Okay, what about Zach Gowen? What about Zach Gowen?
Zach Gowen was bigger than Javon Evans missing a leg. What are you talking about?
God damn. Man, you were. Hey, I'm getting a church van. I'm finna come pick you up and drop your ass off at church.
I hate to say it, Dennis. Joe's right. Zach Gowen on one leg is a little bit more talented than Javon Evans.
Bigger too.
One leg.
Listen, the kid is like 22 years old.
No, he's 20. He's 20.
He's 20 years old.
He needs to get more muscle.
And I think he's really talented. I think he can launch himself into air and flip in the air like 4 fucking times, and that's really cool. And he can kick some ass. But so far,
there are guys
getting his ass kicked.
Yes, a lot.
So to keep that in consideration, like same thing you said about Rosemary. Where
there's guys that could do Javon. There's guys that could do what Javon Evans does. They're 250 and 300 pounds.
Remember how you wanted me to have an open mind about Rosemary because I hadn't seen her fight before.
I need to see it.
And the storylines decide everything. Yep. So
holy shit! My fucking girlfriend, the casual viewer, fucking broke the code. Holy shit! Fuck this shit.
Javon Evans though has no other prior experiences outside of NXT. This is all he's done.
That's
part of the problem.
If he's a literal baby face, then let him be a baby face. And so far, like, listen, as the casual viewer, I came in and I just came into him getting his ass beat. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact but whatever. So, you know,
He's
sometimes
being
that's
used
life.
as developmental talent, as all as he's being used for.
But again, Joe, we get off topic. This is like PWF, which is on Saturdays, 9:30 p.m. on Wrestling Thursday. This is based off NXT and right now. They're putting all their money in Javon Evans and Gallus and the Rascals and Hank and Tank and again the Good Brothers interfered and again another people interfered. I'm like, there's so many tag teams, but then not that many tag teams. You know what I mean?
No.
They're only using 6, and they're getting sick and tired of using these fucking 6. And now you're telling me they're gonna do this tag team match not in Halloween Havoc, but a week from now? What
Yes, next week, and they're also doing the Trick versus Pete Dunne next week as well in the Last Man Standing.
Yeah, but they're setting that up for. Oh yeah, but they didn't.
That's next week.
Yeah, but they didn't.
That's
say,
next week.
I know it's next week. The Last Man Standing again is spoiling, but I understand why. But
again, they're pushing all this off and not saving it for Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing that we'll talk about that when we get there. Mr. Dennis, what did you rate this match in general? Rascals won. You know, by the way, Wesley's gonna come back. Wesley's coming. And fucking up everything. So there's probably gonna be a 3-way match or 2 against 1 match, which then makes me believe Wesley, the one that he super kicked, is the one that's gonna betray Zachary and turn on West and then go with Wesley, which makes sense. Or something that my girlfriend said. I think you said this like offhand. I didn't really understand it till now. Mr. Recruiter Sean Spears is going to pick up Wesley. Mr. Recruiter Sean Spears is going to pick up Rich Holland. The lost, yeah, you kind of just said that. I think it was Joe or you. It's kind of like he's like the shepherd for the lost sheep, and then he becomes the new manager for all those 3 guys. People that are owners, but they need someone to help them get to where they need to go. Because Sean Spears will never become champion in NXT.
Who does he have right now? Who's the main guy he has? Is it Brooke Jensen?
Yeah. Yep. Raven wannabe.
Yeah, but he's been doing good work. I mean, beating the shit out of people. So I mean, and winning matches. So I really can't say much.
He hasn't had a match in a while.
Jensen?
No.
He just won last week.
Sean Spears?
Yeah.
Oh.
But Mr. Dennis, what do you rate the tag team match? We got a long show today.
I would have gave it a fucking better grade if it wasn't no fucking such thing as interference.
Yeah.
Javon Evans, the Good Brothers. That would have been a good 3-way tag team match. It didn't need nobody to interfere in the match. They fucked it up. I'm gonna have to give it a fucking goddamn 3.
Did you say 3? I'll give it a 3. All right. Give it numbers now.
Okay.
Fuck it.
All right.
Numbers time.
Okay. Oh, my bad. I give it a D.
A B?
He was so mad to give it a number grade. He was like,
Okay.
I give it the color purple.
give me a 3. Rob letter grade is like, nah, this shit was so bad. I'm giving it a 3.
Yeah, this match was like a C minus D for me. It was not that memorable.
I'm in the opposition. You
Oh,
both
okay.
I'll give this shit a B.
So, I'm all over the place. Invisible Man made an interesting observation. He said that it would have been more interesting if they had spread this whole thing out as like a tag team tournament.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot more tag teams that they have on the roster that they could have included in this that we would like to see.
Thank you. They could have done this for 2 months. Done an 8-man tag team tournament, one tag team match every night, once a week, and then made it to the finals, and then that person would have fought Axiom and Frazier. This whole doing this shit now is ridiculous.
No, Alex, that's AEW's thing. NXT don't do that.
I know. I fucking said it was AEW, but it makes sense for right now because if you want Axiom and Frazier, look, they don't even talk shit. They kind of like half-ass talk shit to people, so it's not really making sense. Just make a fucking tournament. Make some stakes. And by the way, Joe, remember before AEW there was the fucking Cruiserweight Classic. That was a fucking tournament too. Come on now, let's be real.
One tournament. AEW runs tournaments on everything.
Yes. But guess
They're
what?
like, hey, look, we have the vacated title. We're going to have a tournament. Hey, we need new contenders. We're going to have a tournament.
Owen Hart's wife wants to do something. We're going to have a tournament. I know. We can play that game 1,000 times over. I know.
It's like 8 tournaments a year that we get.
But we don't get tournaments in NXT as much. We get King of the Rings, and that's it. So it's
No, because
for the
Triple H don't like tournaments.
Guess why? You know why I said that? Because the tag team that we haven't seen in 2 months are those 2 guys that got beat up by Shawn Spears. And they were a good fucking tag team, but they haven't wrestled in 2 months.
Ain't seen OTM wrestle in a few weeks either.
OTM has only been in my mind because Dennis used to talk about it in the beginnings of these podcasts, and I've never seen them wrestle once in the 2 months that I've revisited NXT.
I haven't seen them wrestle in almost a month.
That's like, that's like Dennis talking about, hey, go check out DMX, and I only hear about DMX, and I see him once in a backstage segment. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, breaking news! Did y'all hear about Odyssey Jones?
Oh,
yes, fired. He's fired.
Yeah. We'll talk about that on Saturday. That's going to be a fucking interesting talk about what is reality.
You know why he got fired, right?
Yeah, no. Domestic violence. I know.
Yep, domestic violence. Same thing as Nikki Bella and her husband are splitting for.
You know where he's going next? TNA. They pick up all.
What, Odyssey?
People.
Nah, they won't do it because they're still holding on to Rich Swann, and he's got domestic violence charges.
So does Moose. He's got
domestic. Yeah, but Rich Swann actually was charged were pressed against him.
Mm-hmm. So was Moose. That's what I'm saying. Their track record with domestic violence. They don't care.
They might as well hire Ben Roethlisberger then.
Wow.
I bet you'll fire Jimmy Havoc. They don't give a fuck. They don't care.
They still didn't hire Enzo.
They hired fucking the stoner guy all over again.
They should have hired Enzo.
Yeah.
No. Oh, God. Don't even start on Enzo. Anyway. Next, let's go to the next thing, please. For God's sake, this is getting on my damn nerves. And Enzo. Talk about Enzo.
Let that marinate. Hey, what was that catchphrase? Hey, what was Enzo's catchphrase? And you can't teach that.
You can't teach that.
He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
Hey, that was my guy. I like Enzo.
He's still good. He's good on the mic.
Yeah.
Alex only mad because he had to watch him in MLW.
Shout out to Tim Teakin, wherever you are. I love you, buddy. Watch MLW because they're fucking bastards and they copyright everything now. Okay, anyway.
I know they're being real petty though right now.
Yeah. Oh,
all wrestling companies have been petty.
Yes. To this, and I got it right here. I showed this guy backstage segments. Trick and Dunn continue fighting backstage. The Rascals found Frazier and Axiom and warned them that the tag titles would change hands next week. And the next match coming up, which I don't want to fucking talk about, but kind of do. Oro Mensah versus Lexis King.
Next.
No, we gotta talk about this because they're trying to do an angle with fathers, and what they're doing is just stupid. And the fact that my mom, my beautiful girlfriend, sorry, my mom, my beautiful girlfriend saw for the first time a person using the ropes to cheat, so that was pretty cool. She never saw that before. So
no, I have seen that. I know it's a cheat. Just I don't know. Yeah, this whole show was very like. Every single what's the word for it?
Every match?
No, train wreck.
Yeah, I don't know. The endings basically every single ending I wasn't expecting because I was expecting a kick out. And like, oh, it's over. Like it just felt so short. But anyways, Proceed.
I'm just trying to figure out why they're starting to make Oro Mensah get any kind of a push. Like the guy was sitting on a couch for like 3 years, and now you're deciding to give him a push.
I think he's gonna be a Norm Dar.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
exactly,
Norm when Norm Dar come back.
Yeah.
When Norm Dar come back, the minute first go break up.
Oro Mensah has been Noam Dar's fluff guy for a while.
Yes, and that's a very vivid word right there. But the point is, the point I'm saying is that first off, this match was really fucked up. They gave it a B minus. Please report. I give it a C.
Yeah.
This was a chop match at best. But
C minus.
yeah, what do you give this match?
E.
Lexus King. They're trying to push Lexus King.
Like a C plus.
Yeah, C. I give it a C as well.
Yeah,
I mean, ass match.
Yeah, no,
Well,
honestly, my opinion of Oro Mensah is I like him, but I also don't know where his storyline is going.
Yeah.
And Lexus King is, as Mr. Invisible Man described, a
Chicken
more or
shit,
less chicken shit. So,
and guess what? He better win the King of the Ring one day of his fucking life because you have a name called Lexus King. You better win King of the Ring. But the fact that I want to talk about,
to me, okay, now he looked like Brian Pillman, wrestled like Brian Pillman, but you Lexus King. I can't take that.
Yep.
You got to change your until you change your name to Brian Pillman Jr.
My feeling is that I want them to let Lexus King. I want Brian Pillman Jr. to be able to wrestle as Brian Pillman Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I want him to play the role his dad was playing last when he died, which was the loose cannon. I want his son to pick up the mantle where he left off. And I want them to let his son loose because we've seen Brian Pillman Jr. in AEW. We know what he's capable of. We know he can have good matches.
Yeah.
So let him loose.
Yeah. You're right, because it's getting really ridiculous. Where now he comes in a fucking throne. He's a chicken shit heel. He doesn't want to fucking fight. He cheats to win. He talked and Bleacher Report made up a good point about this. I'm gonna read this real quick. This will likely go to 3 matches. When it gets to that stage, Mensah should win as he has championship upside that he has shown in recent months. I don't believe that. I don't think Mensah has championship upside. I don't think he deserves a belt. I don't think he needs to fight anybody. That's not going to happen. What happens, as Dennis said, Noam Dar comes back, Mensah betrays Dar, and then they have a feud for a while. Go for 2 months, really break up metaphor. Lash and Lollipop Girl can go someplace else. What the fuck ever. Lexus King right now is doing nothing. If you can't show a gun on wrestling, guess what? You can make a 3D printed gun and say that. It's the same thing. They've used it in fucking TV shows. If you're scared of him going crazy off the edge, look, he can go down the backstage segment, walking across the thing, and sees the guy giving him a weird look. He can throw the guy through a window. You can make fake windows. You can make fake doors. If you want him to be crazy, you gotta push that trigger and let him go that far. The part that pisses me off is that you brought up his father, and then what Lexus did is tell Oro's father, I wish your father burned to ash. I was like, that's the extent you're gonna tell Oro? Like Oro should have said, well, your daddy was crazy, he killed himself. And that should turn Lexus King back to Brian Pillman Jr. Because if you bring up your dad only for an offhand comment, you're a piece of shit, Lexus King. Like, only people that you know are going to elevate your character should have the authority to talk about your father. If you just give it away to Oro Mensah, you give it away to anybody. You a hoe. Sorry.
Hey, ever to remind you, still Pete Dunne and Trick Williams still in the back fighting.
Of course, still fighting, which I do love that because no matter what, every time they try to do a fucking talking segment, they're just fighting the shit out of each other. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 second.
Next week is a big week for wrestling. It's WWE Week on the USA Network, which means that NXT, Raw, and SmackDown will...
News from the smallest girl ever in wrestling, aka not Alexis Bliss, coming at TNA right now. Here we go.
Next week is a big week for wrestling. It's WWE Week on the USA Network, which means that NXT, Raw, and SmackDown will all air on USA. But I have something that's going to make it an even better week. I have something that's going to make it a historic week. I spoke to Ava, and it's official. For the first time ever, I'll be defending my TNA Knockouts Championship in an open challenge match on NXT. I want to continue testing myself against the best. So if there's a woman there who thinks that she can fill my shoes, I am more than happy to give her a shot. See you soon, WWE Universe.
Nobody.
The one of the only women in the world that's bigger than her own husband.
By like 3 centimeters. Don't be all surprised. Bro, she's
more jacked than her husband, and her husband's jacked as shit, and she's taller than he is and more jacked.
Her husband's like 3 inches smaller than her, and he's like probably as jacked. But what are your thoughts?
He's like 5'1".
Yeah,
And he lost his neck. It ain't his fault. It ain't his fault. He lost his neck.
That's his own damn fault. Get some better creatine. But the point is, Dennis, what are your thoughts on Jordan Grace's open challenge for next week?
That was a real heel move right there. That was a real heel move, Alex.
Listen, his shoulders ate his neck. What do you want him to say?
See what I started? My bad. I didn't mean to start this. I didn't have no part of this.
Yeah, you did.
Moving on.
This is your show.
What's next?
Turtleneck.
No. Hold up. This is a good point. Who is Jordan Grace going to fight next week? That's the question.
Dope.
Who the fuck is she going to fight?
Someone who's deserving of a belt, I hope.
What if it's somebody returning?
Lash Legend.
No. What?
Why not?
No.
Why not?
First off, okay, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. The Lash.
I'm gonna say Nikita Lyons.
Hold on. Dennis, go.
I'm gonna say Nikita Lyons. She's supposed to be coming back anytime.
Now, my girlfriend's looking at me weird, and I'm saying Lash, no, the Lash, because one, Jordan Grace could just as small as she'll be around Lash, because Lash is like what 6 foot something, and Jordan Grace is 5'3". Jordan Grace will throw her ass around like a sack of potatoes. Yes. Jordan Grace, who is smaller, it will throw around Lash Legend, who's a big ass.
Well, she can hold it.
It'll be like China and Marlena all over again.
Exactly.
It's like anybody who fights Obafemi. I mean, he can lift you up anyway.
So imagine Lash Legend not Obafemi, and then Jordan Grace is Obafemi. That's exactly
Imagine Obafemi versus Roxanne Perez. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, and the Lash is Roxanne.
Yep. That's the sad part.
That would be so funny.
Jordan Grace's tiny little ass is going to throw her all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think Lash, but you're right. It could be Nikita Lyons. It could be Lyra Bathory. It could be Wendy Chu. It could be Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka would be a good choice for fucking Jordan Grace.
Tatum Paxley. Cora Jade, she's supposed to be coming back anytime soon too.
Not Jada Parker. Jada Parker's fucked up, so she's dealing with
Cora Jade.
Oh yeah, Cora Jade. Yeah, Cora Jade's not bad. Hale as well, but she's still like emotionally damaged from what happened to Chase U. So that's something.
Rich Hollis College are fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's talk about that backstage segment by Rich Hollis. That and that's true. Like if you think about it, Rich Holland was the reason that they won. Rich Holland was the one that got the title shot. Rich Holland was the one out of the classroom. So he has a legitimate beef to get mad. And he said it like it was these two idiots that put the match up. It was this guy that accepted it. And Rich Holland was the one that got pinned. It was Chase U that got Chase got pinned. Is it a justifiable heel turn or is it just him being a bitch? Dennis.
Go ahead, Joe. Spit it all out.
I think it's justifiable.
Justifiable evil.
I think it's justifiable. He took you. This man came in and elevated y'all to the top of the mountain.
Yep.
And you got pinned and lost him his championship because you couldn't kick out.
But then they win a title. Didn't they win a tag team title before he got there?
Yep.
Yeah, and lost it in their first match.
Yep.
Yeah. So to me,
but they only won because they cheated. Remember?
The first time they won it.
Yeah.
That's true. But then was Rich Holland the one behind the cheating?
No.
Invisible Man says yep.
It was Thea Hale and what's her face? The one that's with the not Jasmine Nix, the other one that the one that was with Toxic Attraction.
Gigi.
Yeah.
Not Gigi Dolan, the other one.
Yeah, I forgot her other one. I forgot her name.
The one that was wearing the Cody mask.
Oh yeah, I forgot her name. There's Henry.
It was her.
Yeah.
It was her and Thea. It was her and Thea Hale that helped Chase U win by cheating.
Okay. Now, this part kind of like they announced that Duke Hudson's gonna fight Rich Holland next week. Chase is still in the hospital. Thea's nowhere we found. Invisible Woman. Should Rich Holland destroy all of Chase University? Or should someone come from the rafters and say, because Joe makes a good point, and I found this out just recently. Chase U is a transitional group. They have the belt, they lose the belt. They have the belt, they lose the belt. They never keep the fucking belt at all. So should they get justifiable karma, or they're like, okay, yeah, they're pieces of shit, so they're gonna lose.
Well, now that I'm looking at it, I think they're an honorable group, but Rich Holland was the one trying to turn them evil. So maybe it's for the best that they went their separate ways, and Chase U can come back stronger.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this is the end of them. And I hope there's a lot more to see for Thea Hale. But yeah,
JC Jane was the girl's name, by the way.
Oh, JC Jane. Yeah, thank you.
JC Jane. Yeah. Then, I hear what you're saying about everything, Cardella, and I just feel like both times that they lost those tag titles, it was Andre Chase that got the pin.
Yeah, it was always Andre Chase. It was always going to be Andre. That's why he's out of the thing. But shout out to Wrestle Culture, and they are really getting shitted on. They made up a good point. Chase U, as much as you wanted to feel bad for them, you just feel bad for them because they never really win. They win, but then they lose as fast as they fucking win. Like, you feel bad for Hale, you feel bad for Chase, you feel bad for Hudson, you feel bad for the other guy who has the fucking name is.
Yeah, and it's true. Like, I, as a casual viewer, didn't really know that it's all based around this one guy who is the one who got sent to the hospital. Yeah. And I don't know. I really, after the whole Roxanne Perez Thea Hale matchup, I really want to see more from her. And as for the rest of the group, I don't know. They don't stand out to me that much. But that's
all I know is Duke Hudson, Chase, and Thea Hale. I don't even know the fourth guy's name. I don't really give a shit. I know Rich Holland, who is trying to turn into like a weird Snitsky type of person, is not. I mean, the only way I think this is going to work is that if everyone comes in and Thea betrays everybody and sides with Ridge, maybe Maybe. I don't know. Because honestly, where the fuck is this going? Just to destroy Chase U again? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No.
It doesn't. So that's the backstage thing that happened. That's what I tell about that. Next match, I have it here.
Tatum Paxley versus Rosemary with Wendy Chu.
Thank you. Got it right here. Ready to go.
What y'all think? What y'all think? Give me your feedback on what y'all think about this match.
Now, I want to say this real quick. This was Invisible Woman's second time watching Rosemary. And this this is my third time watching Rosemary as well.
Yeah, still gotta do my research.
Yes. This was a way better match than Kaylani match. They actually did something. They actually fought. They actually went back and forth. They actually did everything else. And I respect that. I respected Tatum Paxley. I don't like that after you showed out and had the sparkly shit. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, check out our podcast on Spotify, NXT Time with D-Walk. Every time this comes out at the end of the show, it goes straight to Spotify. Check it out. It's in the description. We got a comment, but from a random person. Let's see what we got here. We got the first comment here. Give me a second. My computer's kind of crappy. There we go.
Who that is?
A random person putting in a language I can't understand. So let's put that out there. And
Hey, dude, I can understand it. It says proud to be watching PUWF.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. You got it, baby? You can see it over here too.
Yeah, I can. I'm learning Arabic, but no, I'm not.
Okay. Anyway.
I just made that up. Hey, I just made that up. I didn't know what that is.
I like that Tatum Paxley showed out, did a couple of good moves. Rosemary, I wish she had a 15-minute match. This was a 6-minute match at the most. And this was showing only like maybe 20% of Rosemary. That's it. 20, 25 at the most.
Yep.
I've always seen Tatum Paxley fight, and I like her style. She's very Paige. She's very Paige 2.0. She's literally Paige 2.0. It's kind of weird, but I'll take it because Paige is not in NXT.
Yeah.
So
she's very like quick on her feet.
Yeah, very bendy and very bendy of the person. I love her special because that reminds me of kind of like Paige's special in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened afterwards is what we really got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Is that when she's all, let's talk about it. Show it out.
Double chop. And Drew trying to get a little payback on Paxley for what happened in Denver, but turned around and then just got speared by Rosemary. On a numbers advantage in this evil duo. It's Mercurial! Roger Mercurial's blood! The former NXT Women's Champion is here!
One of our favorite friends that I didn't know about came back, gave her a big hug, and I want to give insight here, Mr. Dennis. Explain what you saw when Miss Invisible Woman. Explain what you saw when Lyra Valkyrie jumped into, when Tatum jumped into Lyra's arms.
Well, for context, Invisible Man kind of told me that they had some weird love, friendship, romance thing going on. But then when you go behind the scenes, it sort of, to me, gave the impression that Valkyrie was kind of trying to pass off Tatum Paxley to someone else. And so I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to play out because, like, does she really want to team up with Tatum Paxley, or is this just a means to an end for the time being? But that being said, I'm very excited to see Tatum in a tag team. And this is as a casual viewer because I've only ever seen her solo. So,
I guess the storyline with Lyra and Tatum Paxley is going full circle again. And I'm guessing that we're going to see something happen out of it. I just don't know what.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Tag team match. I don't see it going nowhere. Why did they bring back Live Valkyrie from from the main roster NXT? I don't know.
Well, there's a reason why. It's like Tatum is drowning by herself. She's one person by herself with Wendy Chu, which Wendy Chu is loaning. They're letting Rosemary be loaned to Wendy Chu for a while. So you kind of like you have something to do.
But where is it gonna lead to?
That's true.
Where is it going? Where is it going out of nowhere? It's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like they got six. It's like they got sixth graders writing. They got sixth graders writing what was gonna happen in matches and everything. Come on.
But
maybe it's AI.
Yeah, but there's something else. Rosemary broke the doll that Paxley left for Chu during her entrance. Paxley and Valkyrie hugged it out during the ring. In the locker room, Valkyrie reconciled with Paxley and told her they were better fighting together than against one another. And Liar Valkyrie said, I didn't want to come back here. I didn't. I saw that you were alone and you really can't make friends. My girlfriend, the Invisible Woman, made a good theory that she came back to see if she could help Tatum get friends. Once Tatum doesn't get friends, then she'll turn on Tatum, and then there'll be a match. Because that's the only way. That's the reason why she's back. To try to help her get something of a friend. Since Tatum is freaking weird, she'll turn on Tatum eventually. I think that's what my woman said.
Sad to say, but we'll see.
That's my thoughts on the match. Oh wait, grades on the match, Mr. D-Walk.
Goddamn motherfucking C minus.
Ms. Woman.
I'll be generous and give this one a B. I mean, I have no real complaints. Again, this is my first impression of Rosemary. And Tatum Paxley is, I agree, she's still kind of finding her own footing, but she's talented. So
yeah. Mr. Joe Biancio, rating?
I'm gonna give it a C plus. It was too short. If they're trying to showcase the women's division, they need to have their matches be a little bit longer, and so they can do a little bit more. I'm just gonna give it a C plus though.
Hey,
I give this match a nice little B minus because again, I like Tatum Paxley. She reminds me of Paige. She's very bendy. Rosemary was showing off too. I believe that eventually they will have a match again, probably with like a tag team match between Wendy Chu and Rosemary versus Tatum and Lyra. Then it will probably be like a 2-on-1. Eventually this is leading up to Halloween Havoc. Tatum has to fight Wendy in Halloween Havoc. It has to happen. And there has to be a blow off at the end of it. I'm just hoping that whatever match happens at Halloween Havoc, it's one of the best matches of their lives. Like there has to be. You got to show out. You got to do an Asuka, Nikki Cross, Mauro Ranallo says, "Oh my gosh, she just hit light," like type of moment. And if you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know what the fuck that I'm talking about.
Hey,
that's third beer.
Hey, but what if be fucked up is what if who writing storylines? What if you go back and see monkeys writing storylines, smoking cigarettes?
Ladies and gentlemen, we can write AI storylines right now. So if an AI can do a better storyline than this, it's better than everything else, honestly. Next up is a match that I actually really want to talk about here. Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Again, this is kind of a blood feud. They didn't wait for the bell to ring. They jumped outside. They beat the shit out of each other on the inside and the outside. The ref was trying to do his job. Dennis, take it away.
But that be saying, like they hated it was like they was fighting each other like somebody owed somebody money, or I took your baby mama or something, or I smacked your kid in the face, and what you gonna do about it? That's the better one. I spanked your kid because he drank all the juices at my house while I was babysitting him. That's what happened. But
That's actually what it
these
was.
motherfuckers, they was fighting with anger and hate. If I would have threw a knife in the ring, they probably would have cut each other. That's how bad it was. But it was just hate.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, you said what you say about Invisible Woman?
No, I agree. I don't know. Maybe it seems like Trick Williams is taking his anger out on Pete Dunne, and then
He did a diss record over the weekend. I mean, shit.
I gotta hear that.
This track is kind of stupid, but it's still kind of funny.
If you would have stumped my head, I would have came out with a diss track too.
Yeah. Joe Bancio, your thoughts?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Your thoughts on the match before we get to the end of the match?
Which match is this one? This is the
Trick versus Pete.
The match was only thrown out there so they can build off to have another match. That's all they were doing. That's all this was for filler.
Which, by the way, before the match even started, but I want to say this, Joe, before we continue. Before the match even started, they were fighting it backstage, and David said, "You guys were supposed to be the main event. Fuck that. Just go out now. Just go." And Ethan was in the back, kind of like smiling. Continue, Joe.
I'll give this segment a C+.
Okay. The reason I say this is because this happened.
It's getting real close.
It's about to get busy, son.
Referee continued his count. Oh, no. Check. Oh, Don bending back the digits. The official right now continuing the count. The referee's
Ladies and gentlemen, this match has officially been ruled a double countout.
Yeah.
Chant, he deserved it, and I was like, "It's not my fault. I was doing my job. I'm sorry." Like you still suck, ref. I'm sorry. You're a zebra. We're always gonna blame the zebra. All right. Shout out to Chris Rock from Madagascar. But Dennis, your thoughts on this ruling? Like they just killed each other. They literally just killed the Russian leg sweep to the table. Done.
Yep.
And now they're wrestling next week now.
Yep.
Yep.
Last man standing match.
Yeah. What Invisible Man said while we were watching this match live was, this seems like a true blood, a blood match. Like, they're fighting it out to the end, and they're so angry with each other that they don't even make it back into the ring. And they can't keep their hands off each other before they get into the ring.
Go on, Dennis.
No. I was about to say what happens next.
I think Joe has the same idea as me. They're gonna have a last man standing match.
No. I'm saying what happens after this feud is over with. What happens next?
Oh,
okay. Where the storyline going to go?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the problem. Like you can't like. Okay, if Trick Williams wins the blood feud, then he can go after Ethan and maybe win the belt back. But that means that guarantees that he's not going to the main roster, right? So that's what sucks. Pete Dunne wins. Pete Dunne's not winning the belt against Ethan. They're not giving Joe. I'm sorry to say this. They're not giving the belt to Pete. They're not. Like they already did the UK title. It's some weird reason it would feel beneath him. If you understand what I mean, if he won the belt, it just feel beneath him. Like you had the UK belt for like 2 years, and then you downgrade yourself to go to NXT.
to win it there. And you don't even fight a strong guy. You fight a chicken shit with an Ethan. That's not like, I don't know. It's like, why are you fighting Sagat and then you fight that dumbass guy that sucks? I forgot what his name was, like Bob or something like that, whatever his name is. But you know what I mean. So I don't know. I know that this, if they're really trying to sell this shit, this last man standing match is gonna be fucking crazy. But I think it's gonna be a double count out. They're gonna extend this shit, so it might be a triple threat. I don't know why, but they. I don't know. I don't know.
It's hard telling, man. They got some of these storylines they put out are just not good.
Oh, there's more.
Horrible.
What's happening, Joe? There's more in this episode alone that makes no fucking sense. But what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on it, honestly, man? Really? Like, where, like, Dennis made a good point. Where do you think they go from here? Where the fuck do they go from here? Honestly, after the last man standing match, you still have 2 months. You still got 2 fucking months. It's a long way to get there.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Like, where does Trick and this guy go? Honestly, you can't go anything after that. You just can't. You just can't. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's a good. I like this feud. I like this blood feud, but Dennis made a profound point. Like, where the fuck do you go after this? Because whoever goes after Ethan, Trick getting the belt, sure, and then what? You get the belt for what? For what? Because like that means you're not going to the main roster, and then if they have no plans to the main roster, then stay in NXT. But if you have no plans in NXT, you're fucked. You're fucked. Send your ass to TNA. Yeah. I don't know. Good point. But rating, since this wasn't really a match and it ended in a double count out, Dennis, you're rating for the match.
Was that a 3 or a D?
That was an E.
E. All right, let me see. Joe, what's your thoughts on this match?
I'm gonna give it a D.
Man, come on, man. Be serious, man. You know you want to give it an E, bro. Come on.
I want to give it an F, but I don't want to fail
okay,
it.
we'll give it an F. It's the same thing as an E, so he give it an F.
It was terrible.
I'm a Trick Williams fan, but this match for me was just it was mid. Just because like I don't know why Pete Dunne is so
What about the table botch?
The what?
Table botch?
The table botch.
It wasn't a table botch. It did a good Russian leg sweep, and the table broke. It's better than Rich Holland doing it to chase. The table didn't break.
I thought the table broke before he got slammed on it.
That table breaks more faster than fucking than live. That happens. That doesn't matter. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm done with you.
That shit breaks all the day. It sucks.
Alex, bro. Hey, wow.
That's so life is. But let's continue on. I give this match a good solid B minus because again, it's setting it up for something else. So I'm fine with that.
If they're setting it up,
man. Hey, Invisible Man. Invisible Man didn't have enough to drink yet. He would have gave it a fucking F just like us.
Motherfucker, I've had enough to drink, boy. I've had 3 beers and a nice little juice box alcohol.
That ain't enough, you bitch.
I'm trying to catch up.
That's right.
You was too nice. You was too nice with that grade. You was way too nice.
No, it was a good match because it reminds me of good blood feuds.
Okay.
They're really trying to incorporate, and again, someone made it a good point. Shawn Michaels right now is really going in the 1993 to 1995 act. And it's weird. It's really weird how Hank and Tank kind of look like Kevin Sullivan. Really weird. Just saying. Someone brought that up too as well. But continuing on, Paige was shown watching this backstage. Dunn stomped the heel. Ava announced that Triple will be face Dunn against next week, last man standing. And this match happens, which was kind of weird. Javon Edmonds versus Joe Coffey.
With Gallus, this would have pissed Joe off. You might as well give Joe 10 minutes to talk. This would have pissed Joe off.
Joe is sleeping right now. That's what's happening right now. He was sleeping. Oh, he's awake. Here we go. Oh, what?
Yeah, I might as well give Joe 10 minutes to talk about this because he could be talking about it, even if he pissed.
Yes.
I heard Javon Evans' name, so I took a nap.
Hey, he got him just to talk about it. Go ahead, bro. You got 10 minutes, bro. What's up?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the match, the main event.
There was a main event?
Javon Evans versus Joe Coffey.
That was the main event?
No, that's not the main event.
Well, I mean, Pete Dunne and Trick Evans were the main event, but they got sidelined, right?
They were supposed to be the main event, and they got sent back a half an hour.
Exactly.
So this was like the last half hour of NXT. Not the last hour.
Quote unquote main event.
Did we talk about Obafemi?
Oh.
No, we forgot. No, this ain't the main event.
Not yet. Obafemi coming to a couple more matches. Not yet.
I guess that was.
My bad.
No, that wasn't even the main event.
Right,
that was not even the main event.
I don't even know.
Nope, we're getting there. Javon Evans versus Joe Coffey.
Well, Joe Coffey won. Javon Evans lost. And
Nope. Sorry, dude.
Nope.
Javon Evans won by pinfall. Okay.
Won by pinfall?
Yep. This was actually a good match. I'm sorry.
I need to turn NXT off now.
That's the problem. There you go. Javon Evans actually showed out against Coffey. They tried to attack him like last time. He learned, and because of that, he won by pinfall. And it actually was a good match. I'm sorry to say, man.
Yeah, he's learning.
He's learning. Like they it's called adaptive storyline, where this guy said, "Oh, I can fight these three big badasses. Well, I'll fight you because I beat your ass in the beginning of the show, and I'm going to pin you at the end of the show." Which again, yes.
As Enzo Amore used to say, you can't teach size.
Yeah, but at the same time, Cedric Alexander came out at the end. Go on,
yeah, I was gonna say you seem biased there. Just because he's small doesn't mean he's not mighty.
He doesn't, yeah.
I'm gonna go to bat for Javon Evans now. The more you fight, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Javon's number one fan.
That's usually my bathroom break.
Now, I give this match this again, and Bleacher Report says this is not the same type of match as the first match. This was not as good as the first match, so I'll give it like a C+. Bleacher Report gives it a C+ as well. Because it was a good match. It wasn't a great match between Javon. This is the second match they've had. If they have a third match, then I'm done. I'm giving it an automatic D. Even if it was like match of the night, I'll still give it a D.
Yeah, finish it here.
Yes.
Like he's Joe Coffey's got more to worry about. More to worry about than him.
He wants the Heritage Cup. Speaking of which.
I mean, Javon Evans, I'm not sure where he'll go after this, but
yes.
Javon's challenging for the Heritage Cup next week.
Here and we
that's right.
And we'll get to that right now. What we call a backstage segment. Backstage, Javon Evans was talking to Red Sinclair after the no quarter catch crew said, "Look, you need to think, figure out the person you need to pick, and then weigh out your options." Right? So Red Sinclair's like, "Hey, do you want to try the belt?" He's like, "You want to try the cup?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to try it." And he said, "Look, this kind of feels like a job interview, and I've never been to a job interview before. You seem like a nice girl, Ren. So, like, what's going on?" He's like, "You know what? If you talk to Ava, you have a match next week with the No Quarter Catch Group." And he ran.
He beelined
his ass. And then he told Ren, like, what's going on? Ren said, like, "Hey, you told me to think."
The stupidest shit he ever said during that interview was, "This seems like a job interview, and I never had a job."
I said that.
What the fuck do you think you're doing? What do you think this? What do you think you're doing every week on NXT?
This feels like Riverdale. This feels like Riverdale, like casting.
Hey,
And
but
yeah, go on,
some
guys.
people don't look at something they love as a job though.
Yeah.
I look at anything that you collect a paycheck for as a job.
I mean, not if it's something you love doing though. Just like NBA players, they been playing basketball their whole life. They don't play basketball after they
We
finish
all
playing
do,
basketball.
All right. Here, let's be fair. You
Okay.
love basketball and you're an NBA player. Okay, let me take your paycheck away, and you're just doing it for the love of the game now.
Yeah, I mean,
It
we all
depends.
make money one way or another, but I think Javon Evans, like, obviously his whole storyline is that he, like, trained in parkour, basically, right?
Yeah.
So he's just raw talent starting out in wrestling, and, we'll see where that goes. Maybe he will bulk up in a few years,
The thing is that the thing that bothers me about this backstage segment, Ren's supposed to be a part of a group that's evil, but Ren acts like you're on fucking Riverdale talking to like
Yeah, her acting,
people.
she reminded me of, like, Thea Hale before she kind of, like, calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like Javon Evans. Like, do you know Javon Evans? You're like, oh, every time I see him together, I'm like, do you know him?
Just like the overeager puppy
Yeah,
to, like, Thea's bulldog.
yeah. And I was like, okay, and that, like, okay, Javon Evans is not going to win the cup. But what if? That would be pretty cool, Joe. It would piss you off like motherfucker, but it's
Yeah.
still pretty cool.
Hey, Joe blood pressure
If
be
you
sky
let-
high.
If you let
Hey.
Charlie Dempsey lose to that little motherfucker, that would be a slap in the face to William Regal.
Not really.
Slap in the face to William Regal.
Not really. Not really.
I think they're formidable opponents, honestly.
I
I mean,
think-
one man can do
yeah.
a bridge and the other man can flip
Again,
it there. So.
It's remember that the whole Heritage Cup is based on how fast you can get the pin or how technical you can get the pin in those 5 rounds. Javon Edwards can do all those type of things, and you've seen in these fucking Heritage Cups. Sometimes they like to cheat. Sometimes not all the time. Sometimes they do. So if Javon's not, again, a technical wrestler versus a high flyer is always a weird match to watch, but always unique, Joe. You know that. It's always a unique match every single time. So let's see how this is gonna fight. How he's gonna fight this guy who's like.
I'm gonna have to call Joe. I'm gonna have to video Joe during that match in case he win, so I can see Joe throw furniture around the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be so happy when he loses. I'll be like, yay, back to the back of the line.
You ain't
Now-
shit. You ain't shit.
That's crazy. This is when Rich Holland promo came out about JSU. Sean Spears thanks Brooks Jensen for standing up for him. Dion Lennox told Jensen that Spears was gaslighting him. And he was right because he was gaslighting Brooke Jensen. It was a masterful move. But I do like that Brooke Jensen right now is being manipulated by Sean Spears in the simplest of ways. Again, you started the fucking fight between those two guys. You got beat up by those two guys, and you manipulated him to beat up those two guys because you can't. I get that. Awesome. I didn't like that the bookworm guy with the glasses was in the background listening to the whole thing. Like, get the fuck up and leave. Oh, he's gaslighting you. I would have said, why are you listening to my conversation? Oh, you just standing in front of me. Motherfucker, you got a phone. Check your phone, bitch.
Don't forget about the segment with Ashanti, the boring Adonis, and Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah,
Come on, man,
I
again.
who he
Woohoo!
is. Just trying to get
I
some-
thought Eddie Thorpe got released.
No, he didn't, bro.
I think they both need gone.
They gonna do a hit. They gonna do a hero union.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good point. No, that's a good
In
point.
TNA.
Yeah, Petrovic and the girl was in the background. Ashanti, like always, trying to bring her a rose. They left. Ashanti is like the creep that thinks that whatever he says is money and gets that pussy, but in the end result, it just makes you feel icky. Like real fucking. It's like if Shawn Michaels was made like it's exactly like if Shawn Michaels was made now in 2024, it wouldn't fucking work, dude. Like you can't be. Shout out to King the Destroyer.
Kane the Destroyer.
Okay.
Ashanti.
Yes.
Ashanti the Adonis comes off like a stalker pedo.
Yes. And that's what Shawn Michaels thinks that he was doing it in the 90s is okay. You can't do that now in 2024, dude. You can't say in the streets, I'm a sexy boy. You can't, bro. You'll get registered. You just get registered. Don't do that. You know?
Yeah.
Dennis knows, man. That's why
Ashanti trying to be like Ric Flair in 2024.
Ashanti trying to be like Cupcake. That's what he's trying to be right now.
He gonna catch a charge.
Hey, especially being BLACK.
Mm-hmm.
That don't help any other. And then you got the other guy that he's feuding that he's having problems with, which is Eddie Thorpe.
Tatanka 2.0. What?
I think Tatanka was way better.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, ladies and gentlemen. The views of D. Walker by himself. The fact that no, you said that yourself. Joe is the one that has to say this discretionary things. It's your ass that said that first. Not Joe.
Started it.
Okay, fine. I will make it worse. Okay, Chief J Strongbow 2.0.
Ladies and gentlemen, the view. Oh, you know what? This is not even on my YouTube. Y'all can see what the fuck you want. I am not on my YouTube today. I'm a sexy boy. Thank you, sexy boy. But the part that I want to talk about, we're going off topic here. We are going way the fuck off topic here.
You're a cruel man.
Exactly. Let me just find where we're going here. Okay. Next up, this is the match that I do want to talk about because it's part of the storyline and the thumbnail of this fucking thing. I got it right now. Give me a second.
Here
it is. Here it is. Oh. Femi versus Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Now, before this match started, Femi walked into the locker room with the Dawn. Stacks and the other guys like, "What the fuck are you doing here? You have no right to be here." The woman said, you got lucky. He'll beat you next time." Femi, being a Nigerian sexist, says that in my country, most women are seen and not heard. I'm like, motherfucker, you gotta go down the African route.
It was disappointing.
Put her in her place.
They need to do that. They really need to.
He said, "I'm a big dog."
Zimbabwe Jones over there talking about his sexism.
Hey, he a big dog. He said, "Hey, this hey." He said, "Pretty much, you belong in the kitchen." That's what he just said.
Now, Joe,
Invisible Woman strongly disapproves.
Exactly, but the part that I want you to listen, Joe. The part that you had to see it yourself if you saw this segment. The part that Femi said, "Do you want to go again?" and look directly at the Dawn, and then he said, "Stats will fight you." And twice, I went back and watched it. Twice, the look that the Dawn gave of just fear, straight fucking fear. Then we go to the match, obviously, right? Stacks does the best as he can. Femi is just a fucking beast. Nothing against that. Just happened. What happens actually is just you know what we call, and what I think Dennis calls that, and what Joe Brick calls that, and what Miss Invisible Woman calls a fucking beat down.
Zach's able to get back to his feet, turn around, Joel in that knee, and it almost got ran through and decleated. The only reason he's up is because of the turnbuckle, and he's not up anymore.
God, man. See this man over, he has several gears, man, and when he switch, you better watch it. Here we go. Oh my God.
And Femi, just like that, stared at the Don as he puts down the Underground. Here is your winner, the NXT North American Champion, Obafemi. Quite the fall from grace for the underboss.
All right, this is how bad it was. It was like walking in the alley, a New York alley at night. You're going to get jacked. That's what happened.
Now, that's true. The part that I wanted that you guys saw that the face that the Don gave after he lost. Again, a face of doubt. A face of fucking doubt. So I'm gonna go to Joe because Joe's looking at analyst of this. Where did this Don go from here? He lost. His underboss lost. His second will probably lose as well. What does he do? Joe's out. Mr. Invisible, what does he do? Wait.
Momentary pause, folks. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get my
Okay.
audio set
I'm
up here.
All right, so I go. So you remember this? You remember the scene on Friday when Red tried to get his bike back and he got knocked out, and D was like, "You want some of this 2 old men?" He said, "No." That's what D'Angelo doing. He finna go straight to the NXT title. He ain't finna mess around Obi. He walked around and fucked around and found out. He ain't finna. He don't want no more of that smoke.
No, he's gonna beat him.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want that smoke right now, maybe, but once he's ready,
He's gonna beat Obafemi. They're doing the classic thing that they always do, where you think that the guy's afraid of Obafemi, but what he's doing is he's sending all of his minions to face Obafemi, and he's studying him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's studying what he does against his minions. And then the Don is going to challenge him again at Halloween Havoc. And then he's going to take the belt at Halloween Havoc.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where he got a chance to study with Stacks, so.
No. I agree with what Joe says, and it makes sense because the Don is absolutely somebody who's going to study his opponent and learn from them. And especially someone like Oba, like
he did the same thing. He did the same thing with the Heritage Cup.
Yeah.
And then he won it.
It makes I didn't really see that perspective before now, but it makes sense. You know, when we first watched it, Alex kind of just pointed out that he was afraid. Like, oh, the Don's afraid. He wants his minion to fight instead of him. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, he's injured. It makes sense that he doesn't want to fight right now. But it's true that this could all be a long game for him. And I always knew he was going to win the belt on the Halloween Fest. So makes sense.
It's a classic heel. It's a classic heel tactic to have your minions fight for you and observe your opponent, and then use that and take his weaknesses and use them against them.
I'm gonna say my thoughts for a second. Keep talking. Keep talking. I'm gonna say my thoughts for a second. I'm counting it.
It wasn't enough for him to watch when he wrestled Stacks. So that was a quick match.
Yes, but he's also using his people to fight him, and he's learning little by little of things that Obafemi does. Remember, the Don is the only person that's ever kicked out of Obafemi's powerbomb.
Yeah. You goddamn mad genius scientist.
He's going to take apart Obafemi, and he's going to do it slowly in the lead up to Halloween Havoc, and then he's going to take his belt, and it's going to knock Obafemi down a couple pegs.
Hey man, you better quit talking to Vince Russo. You hear me?
What?
And again, like Oba's undefeated, so it's about time. But like he's still a champion. But you know, sometimes you gotta lose some.
There's the person that might take Ethan Page's title.
Okay. I want to say my thoughts, and when you guys are ready, tell me, and I'll say my thoughts.
Go for it.
All right. Counterpoint. Which movie was the one that Apollo Creed told Rocky there is no tomorrow? There is no tomorrow. Which one was that?
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No,
Clubber Lang.
Yeah, Clubber Lang.
I was gonna say shout out to the Trick promo that they filmed on the steps of the Philadelphia Art Museum.
Oh,
my
yeah,
hometown.
You got the steps in that one. Now,
Living in America.
exactly. I think this is a Rocky 3 situation, Joe, because if you remember, and you remember with Rocky 3, he lost against Clubber Lang, lost his confidence, lost everything, right?
Yes.
And it was his friends that told him there is no tomorrow. You have to get that fear out of you. You have to learn how to fight this guy. I think this is what's happening to the Don. He lost against the Don. He doesn't like. He had the chance to fight him again. Like he had the chance right there. You want to fight me again? Let's go. And he said no. He gave it to his second.
Again, he's injured.
He's injured, but as a Don, if you think you can beat him again, if you're confident that you can beat him again, you will take the match to get the title shot. You wouldn't send your second.
True.
That's someone that you should care
about. It makes
about.
sense. Joe's theory makes sense. He's studying him.
He's studying him out of fear, not studying him out of respect. Because this is like Clubber Lang. But and ladies and gentlemen, I put the thumbnail of his face when Stacks lost. That was not a face of like, oh, I got you. That was the face of like, holy shit.
Got you, bro.
Like this, that was the face of like, holy shit, this guy's a fucking monster. How am I gonna fucking beat him? Like he beat my underboss. This guy's supposed to be like my second, my guy that always has my back, like Clubber Lang. I think that's and I think that's gonna lead up to Halloween Havoc, where the Stacks, the secretary, and the guy tell him, like, you gotta get stronger. You gotta get this fear out of you. You can beat him. You can.
Crucifino is going to face him next.
Of course he is. Again, bodied, and then they're gonna turn to the Don and say, "Hey, why are you not challenging him? Like you're the Don. Why are we getting our asses kicked and you're not challenging him?" And he'll say it
because. No, it's not the fact that he's scared. Again, when you're an underboss, when you are a Don in the world of the mob, you're smart. You didn't get up there because you're dumb. You send your lower minions and middlings to do your work for you, and you observe what happens. You sit back and you observe what happens. That way you can pick your spot and take the shot.
True, but that's only if you've never faced your opponent before. You've already faced your opponent, and your second reaction after that is to send your underbosses. No.
Yeah, but if you face your opponent once and you survived and got away, you heal and you learn, and then you do it again. And the second time you do it is when you're successful.
I think we can agree to disagree, because I think it's like you base it on like strategy. I base it on fear, and we're gonna see in the coming weeks where does he go from here. Because again, I like the acting of the Don, and I think this is going slowly but surely. Reference to Rocky 3. I think it's that.
Oh, I thought that was like Trick was, Rocky Apollo.
No, Trick just was in Philadelphia. He did that just to show off. Don is more. And he's Italian, so it makes sense. The Don is using more Rocky 3 as a reference to be like, I failed. I'm the Don, and I failed against Oba. And I know I can't beat him again because I did all my best, and I didn't beat him. I'll send the underboss to see if he can do it. No, he got fucking murdered because I expected that. I'm going to send the secretary after him. No, he's going to get murdered too. I expect that.
He's slammed her too.
Yeah, I'll send the secretary after his ass. She'll get beat up too. Either way, this match was a good match. Obafemi is a beast. Another theory is that he's keeping the belt until Mania.
Mania.
And then going up the roster and relinquishes it. That's it. Doesn't lose it. Goes up undefeated. Like
I'm gonna say. I'm saying he's losing it at Halloween Havoc to the Don.
Yeah. I mean, I think somewhere in there's going to be a Heritage Cup match that Oba possibly takes the cup, but we'll see.
And I feel like Obafemi is also going to go after the world heavyweight title once he loses the North American title.
Hey, what if Keith Lee? What if Keith Lee come back and challenge over Femi? Think that'd be a good match?
Yeah.
He won't.
He won't, but yeah.
He's under contract at AEW for one, and two, he's constantly getting injured also. So what the hell's the point?
Hey, I just said what if. Quit messing up my what ifs. Asshole.
What if?
Moving on.
What if Keith Lee loaned Javon Evans a couple pounds? That what if?
NXT is
Heavyweight.
made up of what ifs.
And he'll be a heavyweight.
Yeah, I know he would.
Why are you biased against Javon, Joe?
It's like Javon, man.
I was talking about Keith Lee.
Speaking of big boys with big booties, Jada Parker versus Jasmine Nix.
Why are we talking about this?
God.
Fatal influence.
Go on.
With the only appearance by OTM in the last month on the Titantron.
First off, they were here 2 weeks ago. Stop saying that. They were backstage talking to Hank and Tank. Stop trying to rewrite history.
They were backstage. They were backstage. Did they wrestle?
No.
Okay.
Did they get screen time?
Yes.
They didn't even make it out there.
They got somewhere
The Titantron at least made an appearance out there so the fans could see them.
Hey, Joe got someone hatred today.
I know. OTM actually came out. There's evidence. We talked about it, for God's sakes, man. We talked about the damn thing.
And you like one of them gremlins that you pour water on, they get angry.
Damn gremlins, Jesus Christ. But I get that part. But this match, Jada Parker's injured from last night and the one before that. Jasmine Nix, before this happened, what Jada Parker told her that you're clout chasing, so they challenged to a match. Jada Parker did the most laziest booty bump to Jasmine Nix's ribs. Counted to 1, 2, 3. Fatal Attraction came in, beat the shit out of her, and ended that match. Dennis, what are your thoughts on the match and the aftermatch? Because this fucking match sucked.
I made 4 sandwiches while this match was happening.
Kind of sandwich.
I guess you could say Jada Parker's booty bump. You said it was kind of shitty.
It was shitty, dude.
Right.
It's because she's got a sore ass.
Not even that, dude. Like, they're pushing her to be like a star, but she knew she was gonna lose last week, and she did.
She got a sore ass from getting her ass beat the night before and No Mercy.
It was just, I feel bad for her because now what the
what's the name? What's the name of the group again? The 3?
Fatal Attraction.
That's almost worse as a PFC.
Wait,
Pure Fusion Collection.
Stop.
Yeah.
Fatal Attraction. What was the name of JC Jane's previous group that she was in?
Fatal Attraction.
Toxic Attraction.
Toxic Attraction. Yeah.
With Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan.
So what you trying to say?
Another 3-woman group.
Yep.
Art and taste life. Is that what you're trying to say, Joe?
Yep.
What you trying to say?
They're recycling groups again.
Well, of course. They got nothing else to do.
What about
they're
PFC?
Like, it worked once, let's do it again.
Hey, what about PFC, Joe? What you think about them?
PMC? What are you talking about? You talking about? I thought you were talking about the period menstrual cramp collection that you were talking about there with the what was it? Jacqueline, Terry Reynolds, and who's the other one? Ryan Shamrock.
I think so. I was talking about the Pure Fusion collection. Sonya Deville, Shannon Baszler, and Zoe Starks.
The lesbian trio.
Yeah, the handsome studs.
That's what they are. I mean, I'm just calling it as it is. I mean, there are 3 lesbian women in WWE. So they put them together, and They're a strong group. Problem is that who are they going to fight?
Who would take a name like that serious?
Listen, to go back to your point about Jada Parker and her imitating previous artists.
Not Jada Parker. I was talking about the other three.
Oh,
the chick she faced, JC Jane, the one that was wearing the Cody Rhodes mask for a little while. Yeah, she was part of the last trio group that was called Toxic Attraction with Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan.
Yeah, but no, I mean, so for context, Alex and I were in the grocery store today. We hear a song come on. I start singing it, and I reference it as a song by Lana Del Rey, and he recognizes it as a song by Sublime, and I never knew that it was a song by Sublime. So
what was it called?
Summertime.
Yeah, Summertime, and then Lana Del Rey's version of it was called Doing Time.
Yep.
But that goes to show that like artistry is just, you know,
mimicking
and recreation. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, no, I heard that. I saw a meme the other day. It was a meme of a guy listening to a song. It was a newer song that came out, and then his dad walked in and he was like, "No," and he put on the older one, and then his son's like, "Huh?" And then he's like, "Oh, hold on a minute." And then his dad comes in and hits the button, and it's an older version of that song. And then his great grandfather comes in and hits the button, and it's the original version. That's the meme that came to my mind when you said that. Because it's true. It's what artists do.
Mm-hmm.
But with this
imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah, but
exactly.
You know what's sad about this match is that you failed with the booty thing and then you won with the booty thing. And either way, it still sucks. Now you gotta fight three girls that are gonna be on your ass because everyone in the division hates her. And what's bothering me is that backstage, all three of them were in the back against like 12 bitches. All 12 of them were like, you know what? We don't like you. Let's just beat your ass right here. And that could have been done. There's like 12 against 3. You would have lost. And you guys didn't do that. Like, just do smart booking. I give this match a fucking B because Jada Parker, you lost with the ass and you won with the ass. That makes no fucking sense. No thank you. But Joe, what do you rate this match?
D-.
D-. Jesus Christ. Mr. D. Walk.
You said B-, Joe?
No, D is in dead.
You said D-, bro.
I give it a J. I give it an I.
Yeah.
I give it an I.
Yeah.
The only reason I gave it a D- and not an F was because I feel bad for JC Jane because she is a great performer. Problem is that she keeps getting stuck with shit. After Toxic Attraction broke up, they had a little bit of a good thing going with her and Gigi Dolan, and then they just kind of blew it out and just messed it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the views of WNCO are the properties of him alone because I believe that JC Jane is a good kicker, but she's not like a great wrestler.
I think Gigi Dolan was better.
The views of Joe BNCO are reflected on himself and himself only, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to subscribe to his channel, Joe BNCO.
You don't like Gigi Dolan?
All right. Next up,
Alex.
I'm not saying anything else. I'm not giving that type of GG traps. I don't know who Gigi Dolan is, but I'm gonna respect that.
She was the redhead that was in Toxic Attraction.
I didn't watch the Mandy Rose era.
She's kind of like Jamie Hayter.
Okay, I get that. Right, that's fine. They Bleacher Report gave Oba the B for Obafemi, and the Jasmine Nix they gave a C+.
I don't think they even rate the Obafemi. It was barely a match.
There was a 1, 2, 3. It was a match, bro. That's all it is.
They've given NAs for less.
Sorry. There's a 1, 2, 3. There's him posing. There's a match. Backstage, Jasmine Nix is keep going here. backstage, this is when Ashanti came out and talked to Ashanti Adonis, tried to convert Brittany Reese, but she was not interested. Eddie Thorpe told her to back off. Fatal influence backstage to immediately warn Kaylani Jordan that her days as champion were numbered. Park and this okay. Dennis, what are your thoughts on fatal influence going after Kaylani?
About who?
Fatal like all three of those fucking dumbass women.
Trash.
Thank you, Joe.
Why? Just why?
Yeah.
Just why? Why are they going after Kalani Jordan? Is there even a storyline going on here? I mean, is there anything?
Nope. Oh, they're all rookies. The rookies are like, Kaylani Jordan's not a fucking rookie. This is the part that I get mad. You can't make a storyline where you say that all the rookies are taking over when the people that you are attacking are the same time that you came in as them. You can't keep doing that shit. And then your third person is a fucking rookie that every single person has said, you are there to clout chase. You are there as a rookie. You are there as the. Every fucking match is based on people shitting on Jasmine Nix. Every single. Thank you, Kane the Destroyer. It's not trash. No, it's not even trash. It's not garbage. It's what the snails shit on the rocks what we don't see. That's what the fuck this shit is. And it's sad that I come in and I don't watch NXT for a long time, and I have to see 3 random women who think they are good enough to waste my time on television. Honestly. But at the same time, there's like 12 blonde women backstage. So they're just wasting my time too. Brinley Reese, Petrovic, Ruka. Not Ruka though. Ruka's special.
All right, now wait a minute. I do think that JC Jane could be talented by herself, and she might be held back by being in this trio. So that is a good point. Because Jasmine Nix, she's a rookie. Henley does not pique my interest at all. So yeah, I would like to see JC Jane go off by herself. Invisible Woman out.
And I don't know. I just there's so many blonde women on the roster. It's ridiculous. It's like the Vince McMahon era all over again.
That's what's problem is. If you think about it, this is the Shawn Michaels era because Shawn Michaels is taking control of all this shit and taking care of it while Triple H is doing the main roster. And that's why I said, what a weird coincidence that Hank and Tank look like fucking the Nasty Boys. What a weird coincidence.
Hank and Tank remind me exactly of Heavy Machinery.
No, but if you look how they look, they kind of, the way they're dressed, they look like the Nasty Boys. Except
or Public Enemy.
Or Public Enemy. So that's what I mean. Like, Shawn Michaels is weirdly enough just taking the 90s and thinking he can get away with it. Motherfucker, I was born in the 90s. You better know and represent yourself. Dennis is born in the 90s.
No, I was born in the 80s.
Jordan,
I was born in the 80s.
I was born in the 80s.
You can say that, Joe, but we all know you were born
in the 80s too.
Bro. I was shut up. Shut up. Don't we say that shit.
You're old. Right? You're older than me. Shut up.
I'm 42. Either way, I think I don't know. Time is very relative.
Shout out to Y2K.
But continuing on.
Year of the Dragon.
Exactly. Continuing on for all this crazy shit, we've pretty much gone to every single match except for
that was the year of alcohol poisoning.
Which was the main event? Oh yes, the main events of NXT, which was fucking ridiculous, was Roxanne Perez coming out. Because I actually write this down. Roxanne Perez comes out, talks about all the people that all that she beat, everyone else. She beat.
This was the best part of the whole show.
Yeah, which is what's sad, and I had to realize. Shout out to Kane the Short. Realize that she started as a babyface, won the belt against Mandy Rose, transitioned into a heel, has dominated, beat Lyra, beat Jordan, beat Lash, beat Thea, beat Lola Vice, beat Jada
Parker.
She's beat she beat Jada Parker. She beat the whole women's division. This is basically if Aleister Black was a woman and short. Like she's beating everybody. And she has no one to figure it out. And then the lights turn down, and someone that I didn't expect to come out comes out is Chelsea fucking Green.
Chelsea fucking Green.
Which is like playing a heel and a baby face. Baby face is like saying, "Oh, the crowd loves me," and a heel saying, "Oh, you guys on the left side smell like bad deodorant."
She gave me like Polly Pocket vibes.
Thank you.
Like not quite Barbie, but sorta.
They only did that shit to swerve everybody so Julia can come out. I'm sorry. That was just all a huge swerve for that to happen.
Yeah. Still.
Everybody was expecting Julia, and then Chelsea Green came out. They were like, "What the fuck?" Invisible Man.
Invisible Man, what are your thoughts? Okay, he stepped away. What's next?
Okay, well, he'll be back in a minute. This is it.
That's it?
So, Chelsea Green came out. Julia came out. I believe Julia laid out Chelsea Green.
Yep.
And then told Roxanne, "You and me, the CW for that championship."
And I'm taking your shit.
I'm back. Now, is Julia from Mexico?
Stardom. She's from Stardom.
Oh, God, that's right. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe BNCO, I'm going to bring the microphone to my mouth here. Joe BNCO, Dennis Walker, Kane the Destroyer, Tim. Everyone knows this. If you don't know how to speak a good vernacular of English, you are fucked in terms of promotion. When I heard her say, and I'm going to reenact this, you, me, CW. I'm like, motherfucker. Oh, God. Oh, this is another.
Ethan Page also name dropped CW October 1st.
Yes, but guess what? He said it perfectly. When she said you, me, CW. No,
has an accent too.
No. Joe, explain what happens when a woman can't speak good in WWE.
Yeah. That doesn't go very far. Well, I don't know about now because the Triple H era. If it was the Vince era, buried.
You're out
You'd
of
be
here.
buried. You'd be buried. You'd be at the bottom of the card.
Joe, but why?
Because they need somebody who can speak on the mic. You need to be able to have microphone skills in order to progress to the top of the mountain. If you can't talk on a mic, but you can wrestle your ass off, you're not going to get nowhere.
All right, that's fair.
Asuka had to learn how to speak somewhat of English. Kairi Sane had to learn. Sky had to learn.
Yep, they all had to learn. Asuka, one of the longest reigning NXT champions to date. Didn't learn a shit of English. Io Sky came out on Lucha Underground, came out on different promotions. One of the best wrestlers of women wrestlers out there. Shinsuke Nakamura sucks at English.
Yeah.
Best wrestlers out there to date. But since you can't talk and all the American audience and Raw and SmackDown can't understand you,
Hey, do anybody?
Go on, Dennis.
Hey, do anybody know if Kairi Sane is her eye all right?
Yeah, she had to have stitches. She got like 20 stitches.
Jesus. You don't hate pockets, Kane. You hate the idea because Joe hates pockets. Come on, I'll be real.
Right, Kane, fuck pockets.
Be real.
Hey, Invisible Man, I'm with them. Fuck pockets.
I haven't watched AEW in a long ass time. They don't like.
We're recruiting.
I know they don't like Orange Cassidy. That's all them.
You don't like Orange Cassidy?
Hell no.
I don't know. I think being lazy is his personality, but I like that. It's entertaining. Also, to be fair, my introduction to him was Floor is Lava. So shout out.
Yeah, it was a good show. He played the character at the end.
Oh my god.
It was a good. Hey, first off, hey, let's not shit the Floor is Lava show. It's a good fucking show.
Pretty
okay?
sure he's a Taurus. Anyways.
But in the end of it all, if Julia is gonna fight, let's get back. This is back on track. If Julia is gonna fight, Roxanne Perez,
Julia's going to take the belt.
yes. When and where? They didn't say
CW
that-
premiere.
Oh yeah, they said it. I don't. Maybe Roxanne will cheat because Roxanne doesn't really cheat. She could cheat for the first time,
She plays dirty though.
but no. She plays dirty, but she doesn't cheat.
Look,
That's different.
If y'all ain't looked it up yet, like I will send you a video of Julia from like Stardom. She is not that bad. She is not that bad at all. Someone who could take a title from her, from Roxanne Perez, it would be her or Stephanie Vacour.
Stephanie. That's what the question I was asking you and Dennis. Since Stephanie hasn't technically like
they didn't resolve her visa issue yet.
I think okay, Dennis, here's a question for you. Do you think they're gonna do this match, but they're gonna do a swerve disqualification so they can extend it to Halloween Havoc to see if the visa issue gets accepted? So anyway, Stephanie, Julia, Roxanne, Halloween Havoc. So that's money. That's fucking money for Halloween Havoc. That's a main event. Fuck Trick.
I just sent you a highlight clip of Mariah May versus Julia in Stardom.
Watch that later with my girlfriend. So I got it right now.
Yeah, I have a lot of research to do. I'm very excited.
I have to show her the Pockets versus Pac match. So she like again, you don't like. I know you don't like Pockets, but you know that was a good ass match, Joe. There's no doubt on that.
Is the pocket the type of like fold you do, or
no? Pockets is the guy who puts his hands in his pockets. He fights with his hands in his pockets.
Orange Cassidy puts his hands in his pockets, so I nicknamed him Pockets. It's caught on. Me and Kane started this a long time ago. It's caught on so much that Jim Cornette, on his own podcast, has stolen the moniker that we've given him and calls Orange Cassidy Pockets.
He stole that shit from us.
Okay, so this is personal. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right.
But Joe can't say that Pockets versus Pac was not a bad was a bad match. You can't say that.
No, but I can't say that Pac versus Will Ospreay is going to be 100 times better.
That's fine, but I didn't talk about Pac versus Ospreay. I don't like how you put it, motherfucker. I said Pac versus Pockets. I didn't say Pac versus Ospreay.
Pac gave a poison round to Ospreay on the apron last week, on the ramp last week, and it looked like he broke his fucking neck.
Hey, Joe, answer the goddamn question. What did you say?
Who, Pockets what?
Pac versus Pockets is a bad match, yes or no?
No, because it has Pac in it. Of course it isn't.
Thank you. Whatever.
Pac made the match.
It was a good match. Either way.
That's like saying Jerry Lynn is an amazing wrestler.
Now, are we gonna talk about the highlights of Berlin Bash?
Yeah, I'm talking about Bash in Berlin. We're already at 2 hours. Fuck it, man. We're already a little.
Bash at Berlin.
Yeah. I'll cut this out and I'll put it out later. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bash at Berlin pay-per-view review, because I'm gonna fucking do that shit right now.
Oh, so she is good at speaking English.
Who?
Julia. The video right here. I'm watching it now.
So, Joe, like, where is she from? Do you know?
I think she's from Mexico. I think. I'll check later. I think she's from Mexico or Japan. Ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Welcome to the WWE Bash in Berlin review.
I sent it to you.
There you go. Thank you.
It says Julie is good at speaking English.
Okay, she better be good at speaking English. I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off. And ladies and gentlemen, we were right back.
Unappreciated, but we wear the crown. Wrestling fans, we rise, we won't be tamed. The underdogs, we fight and we stop the game. The shadows, we've been hiding, but not anymore. We going down, we're ready to even the score. From the basement to the big stage, we'll take it all. Unappreciated wrestling fans, it's time to brawl. Locked in, loaded, we break through the walls. The voices that echo when the champion falls. From the passion in our veins to the fire in our eyes. We're united as one, no more living in disguise. No more living in disguise. We're united as one. No more living in the skies.
Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. NXT time with D-Walk, and Saturdays at 9:30 p.m. the podcast for underappreciated wrestling fans.
Oh my god.
All right, and we're back.
Yeah. Did you get that video I sent you earlier?
Which one?
The one where Swerve bought his childhood home?
Oh yeah, I was so happy for him. Like, oh,
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Just a moment, please. Earlier tonight in AEW, Hangman set the house on fire and was sitting there watching it burn.
Oh, that was fucking awesome, dude. That storyline.
He was sitting there he set the house on fire and sat there cutting a promo watching it burn in a rocking chair.
Oh, that's how you do it. That's how I have to explain to my girlfriend that, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do storyline.
I just figured I would tell you that what happened, because I was like, everybody was so happy for Swerve, and then that happened. I was like, this is the greatest storytelling ever.
Yeah. Swerve Strickland saved up enough money to buy his childhood.
Okay.
My childhood home. Joe just tells me that his rival enemy went to his childhood home and broke it down.
Wow.
I sent you guys the clip.
Yeah, I'll see that later. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE Bash in Berlin 2024.
The boredom in Berlin.
Yep. Now, this was a very weird pay-per-view. I would say this at the least. It was very interesting, to say the most. And what were your thoughts of Dennis? What are your thoughts initially of the pay-per-view?
Of what?
Of Bash in Berlin.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You actually enjoyed the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
It was good. It was entertaining.
It was.
What match did you like in there? Well, you gotta have at least one match.
I like Punk and McIntyre, but obviously that's not over yet. We're probably getting a Hell in a Cell or a First Blood match at Bad Blood.
Yep.
I will say my initial thoughts as a casual viewer is that this is so much more like mature than NXT, and like it's not in a bad way, but NXT is very like junior league, you know, and that's okay. But yeah,
Inexperienced.
not so much inexperience, just rookies, baby faces.
First pros. You got your professional people that have been doing this for years, and then you have your NXT guys that are still new to the game.
Yeah, there's no artificial beef. It's just like, all right, this is my job. I'm here. You know, like it just felt so much more like calm and compared to NXT, where it's like, all right, there's like a 1 in 5% chance that somebody might get jumped.
Yeah, and that's fine. Just, whatever. First match is versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. I didn't see this match. Dennis, did you see this?
Yeah.
Match was good.
Yeah, it was good. I want to see instead of Kevin Owens heel turn, I want to see Cody Rhodes go heel, but that'll never happen.
Yeah,
good luck with that.
I get that.
But it was a good match.
Okay. Joe?
Match was good. Cody and Kevin did a really good job. Entertaining the crowd. Having Kevin Owens win the match, surprising the fans and going over on Cody would have been a big swerve. But WWE's not getting that belt off Cody anytime soon.
No.
Okay.
I feel like Cody Rhodes is going to have the belt probably for 2 or 3 years.
Well, who do you think is going to take the belt from him eventually?
Roman?
No, not Roman.
It's Tribal Chief.
Roman. And they're not going to give it to fucking. They're not going to give it to Nicola, and sure enough, they're not going to give it to the psychopath Samoan that's good that just came in. Like the only person that makes sense is fucking Roman. Storyline-wise.
Roman ain't going to think about that. I don't know who they're going to give it to yet, but I don't see them giving it to Roman.
Okay.
Who they give to Jey Uso?
I feel like his title days are over.
Really?
Who they give it to Jey Uso?
He's part-timer now.
Okay.
When part-time, he wasn't going to. Once he lost that title, he probably wasn't going to take it back.
So was freaking Brock Lesnar. Playing out the
Brock said the only way he would be in the main event is if he was champion. It's different.
I don't know. I Bleacher Report gave this an A. They said that they were honorable at the end. They were all happy, blah, blah, blah. I don't like that. I don't like Kevin Owens being honorable. I like Kevin Owens being like a dick. So
I wanted him to go heel.
Yeah. He's been healed so many times that like they kind of feel like I understand why they didn't do it. Like you've been healed so many times. Like
if he did it, but if he did it in the match.
Yeah.
If he did it in the match and he kicked Cody in the balls and dropped him with like a fucking with a pop-up power bomb or a stunner and pinned him. To win, you know?
Maybe.
That's what would have made more sense to me.
What about the women's tag team match? What about the next match?
Yeah.
The women's tag team match?
You got the Unholy
Garbage.
Union versus
Garbage.
Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Trash.
Why?
Trash.
Why do you think so?
Wow.
Trash. Because you have a young up and coming tag team that just took the belts off of these two fucking fools, and you're going to give them back to them? Why? Why are we flip flopping the titles again?
Okay. This match is coming to mind for me as a complete newcomer, and it definitely it was a lot of that. The one partner getting her ass beat for several minutes before Jada Parker came in and kind of saved the day.
Jade Cargill.
Oh, sorry, Jade.
Oh God, this match.
Yes. What are your thoughts, Invisible Man?
This match was okay.
Other than the mic next to me, this match, ladies and gentlemen, was a cash grab for Jade Cargill and Bianca. This was a good match for Jade. She didn't fuck up that much, but she did fuck up anyway. I did see it. Don't act like I didn't see it, but I saw it. And giving the belts to them, and the special that they ended with, which is kind of like she pushed them over the legs and kind of did like a wheelbarrow suplex. I understand that. That's fine. That's great. But what pissed me off is Isla Dawn and the other one was busting their asses for a long ass time.
And they're a good tag team.
Yeah.
They're
a fucking good tag team.
They've been a good tag team. Remember, they were the most dominant tag team in NXT history.
Yeah. They were defending all the time. But the problem is that you give it the Jade and Bianca, they're not going to give you a 5-star match every single time. The statistics fuck them up. Bianca can give you a good match.
Let's just start.
Yeah.
Let's just start.
Yeah.
Jade's the problem.
Yes. Got comments from the audience. I was watching the match
I just hope she's safe and she's well trained.
The prize fighter would have beat Cody. Thank you, Kane. The problem is that with Jade, and you're right, Joe, her statistic doing good matches are very low. And you know what's even bothering me more is the fact that post-match, she was in the interview room and she's like, "Oh, let's not talk about AEW anymore." Bitch, you were in AEW. They made you. You better fucking kiss their asses before.
Yeah, let's not talk about AEW. The company that made her who she is today and got her signed with WWE. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, let's not talk about AEW anymore. You know what? Let's remember that.
Let's deserves no respect at all.
Nope.
No respect.
Let's remember that. Go on, big over here.
No, let's remember that the more you say let's not talk about that, the more people want to talk about that.
And then what's even worse is that let's remember that when they kick your ass out of AWE, they can't come back to AEW. No, it's okay. We don't want you. You don't want to talk about our asses.
Yeah.
So fuck off. You know?
Exactly. She burned a company that she was with. Now she has nowhere else to go if this doesn't work, except for TNA.
They gave you a belt. They gave you stardom. They gave you fucking makeup design. That bothers the you know what Bella did? She didn't say shit. She said the fuck up and they did her mission.
And she lost two matches in her AEW career.
Fucking ridiculous. Fucking
to the same person.
Ridiculous.
Chris Allen.
Ridiculous.
Jade Cargill is one of those people that's trained with some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. She trained with Bryan Danielson. And she still can't get it right. She's training with Shawn Michaels and people.
And then she craps. That's what I mean. They gave this match a B. That pissed me off. It just pissed me off.
It was all right. I guess B is, aptly put.
I mean, Bianca is carrying the load.
Yeah. And she's gonna have to carry it.
She got her ass beat, man. I always feel bad for the person who gets her ass beat. It's just my,
Bianca carries the load. Been carrying the load for that team since they started it.
Yeah,
that's what sucks.
And I'm not a Bianca Belair fan.
I'm
I like
not.
Bianca.
Yeah.
She's female
I get
John
it.
Cena to me.
I get it, but like her husband and her can make a good power team when they finally make the next match.
The strap match.
Strap match. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Joe,
This
talk
was
about
good.
it because I don't. Yeah.
This was like a blood. This is a good segue of a blood feud. Two guys with a leather strap tied between them, beating the fuck out of each other. In the end, Punk got the brace.
Hey, Kane.
Yo.
What's up?
Oh man.
About time. Get out the comment section and get into the video and audio.
Yeah, I couldn't resist, man. Yeah, man.
Talking about that strap match with Punk and McIntyre.
Oh man. I'll watch some of that.
It was a good match.
It was all right. I don't know what's the whole deal with the bracelet thing. I mean, it's kind of I don't know. I don't know how to describe that.
It's a symbolic thing.
Yeah.
Did you see Raw?
I guess.
You didn't see Raw. Okay. So the bracelet. Obviously, let's go to the fact that CM Punk won. CM Punk gave him a go to sleep, hit 3 turnbuckles. McIntyre got up. Punk dropped him with another go to sleep, and then hit the 4th turnbuckle. And he got the bracelet back.
Yeah.
Segue to Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
CM Punk was talking about the bracelet and about moving on from Drew, and was going to challenge Gunther for the world title.
Oh, I seen that part. I did see that.
Okay.
He went.
Drew came out of nowhere in a hoodie.
Yeah.
And blasted Punk so hard he knocked him out of his shoe.
Yeah.
And winds up tearing the bracelet to pieces after taking a knock. He rips it to pieces, and then he shoves it down his throat and gives him another Claymore kick.
That was crazy. Yeah, I seen that part.
But this is good storytelling. This is where you're continuing on with something that this 50-cent bracelet that was from a fan that meant so much to Punk because of who it came from and what it represented.
Okay.
And it's just a 50-cent bracelet at the end of the day. Okay, the man that's been haunting you now just destroyed that piece of you and made you eat it. Continuing this blood feud that they have going on, which I believe is going to either end in a Hell in a Cell or a First Blood match. I believe it's going to be a Hell in a Cell, though, at Bad Blood.
It's probably going to be Hell in a Cell.
First Blood match. I would want to see a First Blood match, but a Hell in a Cell match, I wouldn't mind that at all.
We'll get blood. If they do Hell in a Cell, we'll get blood.
Blood. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've seen that.
What were you going to say? It had to be something?
It's looking real Brady. Hey, it's looking real Brady Bunch right now.
Here's the story.
Let's try to get some good angles on it. Anyway, we're talking about Punk versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I was continuing on what happened I was explaining what happened on Monday Night Raw after Bash in Berlin.
Yeah,
and why the blood feud needs to continue. The blood feud needs to continue.
So you think it's gonna lead up to something like a First Blood or a Hell in a Cell match? And would you think that would be the end of it?
At Bad Blood, yeah, it's going to be the end of it because Punk's going to probably Punk's probably going to set up the challenge,
Oh, yeah.
and it's going to be like, there's only one way for this to end, once and for all, and that's you and me being locked in hell.
Mm.
Could be. Like I don't mind it.
Are you backstage with the WWE?
Who, me?
You sound like you know more. Yeah, you sound like you know more than you a legend, bro. Are you backstage with them playing that too?
I watch a lot of wrestling, and I've been observing the craft for a very long time, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's the same thing with I mean, Alex makes predictions all the time, and sometimes they come true, sometimes they don't. Although it could be said that they're always watching and taking notes, so who knows?
Yeah. I mean, but to me, I said that for a reason. I said that because that sounds like a good possible avenue. You know what I mean? To go. That's why I'm like, damn, is he backstage with them? Because that sounds like that shit might happen.
This wouldn't be the first time that they've stolen ideas off us. NXT's done it.
What?
D-Walk, you and D-Walk and Alex all know they've stolen stuff off us before. We mentioned how something should happen, then the next week it happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly as we talked about on the show.
By the fucking letter. It bothers the shit out of me because this is
I think it's fun.
It's fun for you, but they give us no.
No, it's true, but like calling it out is fun. So
yes. But next match.
Next tag team.
Yeah, go on, Dennis.
Next tag team, we got the Judgment Day, the new Judgment Day against the old Judgment Day. We got Liv Morgan and Dirty, Nasty, Dirty Dom against Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. So, let's talk about it.
Yeah. This was a very unique match. You knew that once they got their hands on them, they were over. It was done. And for a 12 to 15-minute match, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad.
It was okay. It was okay.
Okay, my girlfriend loved the pin. That's it, really.
I mean, I wouldn't give it above a C, but I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean she kicked ass, man. It was like a fucking ragdoll.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that was a vengeance match, and it was nice to see Damian Priest, the Puerto Rican wrestler, get to get his chance in the limelight because his last show, where he almost had a chance at a belt, like he was just botching left and right. So this one was his redemption match, and Rhea Ripley kicked ass. So I liked it. This was one of my favorites.
Hey, for real.
Yeah, it was dope. I was happy I found a chance and got to see Rhea Ripley put hands on Liv Morgan ass.
Followed by the next night on Raw where Liv Morgan took out Rhea Ripley's knee.
No, that was a slip up. Hey, that was a slip up. She almost, you see Dirty Dom, he kept her from hitting her head. When her foot got tangled in, that was a mistake. And did you see her reach his foot over there to keep her from hitting her head?
Yeah.
Yeah, he saved her.
I did see her. I did see her in the knee brace coming out with the crutch.
Yeah, she fucked herself up for real, probably.
Yeah,
she was in the ring eating with a knee brace on, limping.
Yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
That's just the things you do and then get super prizes. But in this match, Rhea Ripley won. She did a nice little bend over pin, which is nice. 1, 2, 3. They got the revenge. You know they get their ass in weeks. But that's what happened in my next match. Is
the main event.
Let me check real quick. This is a very short event. Gunther versus Randy Orton.
Was it that short?
By the way, this is my my girlfriend's first time watching Randy Orton, and I had Gunther, and I had to explain to her Randy Orton takes like 10 minutes to get to the fucking ring because he's a fucking.
He reminds me of Achilles.
Yeah,
like he just likes to, sit in the sunlight and bask. And
see that shit?
He is. He is a solid individual.
And then
Randy
you have
Orton.
Gunther. I guess Gunther would be like
Fluffy.
the opposite side. I'm blanking on the names right now. Greek mythology, but anyways,
Ares.
Yeah, no. What's his name?
Hermes, Achilles, Poseidon.
Yeah. I'll get back to it. But anyways.
The vain one.
Hercules. But you know what's funny, Joe? You know they're going to anything.
Hector from the Helen of Troy myth. Anyways, proceed.
Okay. Joe knows this too. This crowd reminded me of Japan because they sung the whole Randy Orton song. And it's not the 3-minute version, it's the 6-minute version. So they sung this shit for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yes. Go on.
And they're in Germany, in Gunther's hometown.
Yeah.
They didn't sing that much for Gunther. They sang a lot more for Randy.
Why do you think that was?
Because they love Randy.
Okay, but
Because Randy is a legend.
You're not that big a fan of Gunther?
It says a lot when you're in your supposed hometown.
I mean, Austria and Germany are two different countries, so I don't know, man.
But
That's
he
a whole
said,
different
no.
thing. I gotta look into that one.
Yeah, Gunther was in his adopted. Okay.
Yeah, Gunther's the hometown hero.
Yeah. But that was a good match right there. Gunther and Randy Orton, that was a good one.
It may have been good, but my issue with the whole thing is you allowed Orton to get beat clean.
No. Orton was not beaten clean. Orton was tapped out. In the sense, not even tapped out.
He was choked out.
Choked out.
He was choked out. But you made him. But you're making Orton look like a bitch because he got choked out.
No, it was a good long match. I mean, he got choked out.
And
what about when Brock got choked out?
Champion?
What about when Brock got choked out?
Brock got choked out by who?
Undertaker.
He got choked out by the Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He got choked out by a legend.
And what the fuck is Randy Orton? A legend.
Yeah.
But he didn't get choked out. He didn't get choked. But Brock and Taker were both legends.
Okay.
Gunther is no legend. Gunther is this new guy.
Randy Orton is, according to the commentators.
Yes.
A legend. Yes, Randy Orton's a legend, but Gunther is not.
And Gunther won only for the fact that Randy Orton fucked up his hands and his arms. So he couldn't do the chops. He couldn't do the powerbomb. He couldn't do his specials. So the only other option he had was his choke. That's it. That's what I said. Randy Orton didn't get pinned. Randy Orton passed out. And you know this in wrestling history. You can contest and say, you didn't pin me. You just passed me out. That's a big ass difference from getting pinned. You know that, Joe. So I
think what they should have done was they should have swerved the crowd, had Orton pin Gunther, but have Gunther's shoulder up, like they did to Orton in the King of the Ring tournament. Have Orton win the belt on a technicality, and then have Gunther take it back.
Nah. You don't want an American. You don't want an American to win in Germany. You don't need to do that right now. In 2024, just let the German guy win. Be happy.
Orton was more over, anyways.
Orton was more over, but you have to remember that, Joe. This is like psychology-wise, it made sense. Orton was protected because again he passed out. 2, the only way that Gunther won was by the fact of it choked him out. And 3, Orton threw him on the table 6 fucking times, then grabbed the stairs, went next to the table, set up the fucking stairs, and then destroyed the table. This guy was doing work, and I respect that. but it's at the same. You know what, Kane? What are your thoughts on the match? Let's go.
Man, them motherfuckers beat the hell out of each other. But as far as the choking out thing, I think I see what you're going with because they was able to keep a lot of feuds alive by get somebody submitting, but not tapping out and anything like that. They're getting submitted by passing out, and I thought about what Joe said as well about Brock and Undertaker, but I mean it does seem like they are. It seems like to me they try to make him win nicely to be look legit. They're saying that, hey, I beat Randy Orton and stuff, but keeping that door open just in case Randy want to try to get some get back or something. But I don't know, man. But as far as I watched, that was a pretty damn good match. It was highly physical.
Oh yeah,
and then the
it
crowd
sure.
went fucking. The crowd went fucking crazy for Gunther. I mean, he got a pretty good pop in that match, man.
I just
like
feel
the
like
match.
Orton's pop was bigger.
Yeah,
Orton's pop was super bigger than
yeah. I mean, but think about it. That's Orton though, bro. Orton gonna get a pop, and people gonna sing. People been singing his songs and shit.
Yeah,
like Cody and all the other stuff, man. Man, but that's Orton. Orton been doing this shit a while, bro. He is a legend. So what we need is a new legend killer now.
yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing though. Randy Orton made a comment to Gunther and said, "Legends are made," and he said, "You're becoming a legend in the making." He's like, "I'm known as the legend killer for a reason."
Yeah, but didn't he do pretty good overseas, man?
Who?
So he might be considered a legend over there. I'm saying, didn't he do pretty good overseas, especially as the UK champion?
NXT UK, he did very well, and he did well in NXT, and then came up to the main roster, and he did well on the main roster. Obviously, he held the Intercontinental title. He's the longest reigning Intercontinental champion in history.
Yeah.
Just to lose to Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I know. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, that's true. The fact of the matter is,
and by the way, that's his next opponent. By the way,
who?
Sami Zayn.
You know what? Let's finish this out. Who is Gunther's after Sammy? Who should Gunther fight after Sammy? Let's talk about that. Mr. Kane the Destroyer.
I'm thinking of that. I don't know, man. That's kind of a hard one right there. Give me a second to think about it.
Monday Night Raw.
No, I'm saying.
Who's going to be Gunther's next opponent?
So who you think will be Gunther's next opponent?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Are we talking about Sami Zayn?
Sami Zayn is Gunther's next opponent, but who's going to be his opponent after Sami Zayn?
Yeah. I don't know.
Or are they going to give Sami the big one finally?
What would you guys think? What would you guys think of a Gunther versus Obafemi match?
That'd be a
Too
good
soon.
one. But it's way too early for that, though. It's way too early for that.
We're gonna let that one cook and save that for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Of course. Over the WrestleMania. That's what's
didn't
up.
that do Odyssey? He screwed up real bad. Odyssey Jones, the guy from NXT that's been tagging with New Day.
Odyssey Jones got fired.
Yeah, he got fired.
Yep. Yeah. Domestic violence.
Yeah.
Talk about that on Saturday. There's a lot of shit on that shit. Yeah.
There's a lot of domestic violence going around. A lot of men beating their women's.
Shit, there's a lot of women beating their men. You talking about?
Yeah. Speaking of equal violence, I want to thank D-Walk for passing by with NXT Time with D-Walk, like always, Wednesdays at 9:30. We just passed by there for 2 hours.
Anytime.
This has been a great show, guys.
Yeah, for real. I have a safe trip too.
Safe travels.
Yep. Thank you. I hope she will too.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
I will see you guys from afar.
You know it.
She'll pass by. She'll pass by most of the times. She get to watch over there in Philadelphia, and if she can, she can pop up on Wednesdays. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for passing by for the PWF/NXT Time with D-Walk. Stay healthy, stay happy, and remember, the PWF and the NXT Time with D-Walk will be on Spotify. Check us out at NXT Time with D-Walk every Wednesday and Thursday. Radio, and audio podcast ready. Stay healthy, stay happy, and remember these small words. Condoms only cost you $3.35 in Walgreens. You don't have to waste that much time and effort not to go to Walgreens. If you don't want any kids, wear condoms.
Plan B costs $50. So
Exactly.
it sucks when I see the women paying for it.
And anal's free. Anal's free.
First off, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Before I finish, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this real quick. Anal sex is free, but ladies and gentlemen, the liquids can go from the anal cavity to the vaginal cavity. So don't trust that. Okay? Trust in condoms. Trust in proactive and you do your pets as much as you can because people don't do that for free. And I am drunk.
Facials are your friend.
How strong is your pull-out game?
All right. Let's stop it right there. Let's go.
How rich am I? I still can hear the air shots from the trailer hitch on that semi. That's RT on that Glico, 33 in that gym fat. My little niggas wigging and turn a beat to a rebound. The shots rank up. Heading in my direction, bopping ties, my hub, bringing a whole 50 guap out. We pop out at your party, free Karoo, Dooley, and Sharky. Cough up in Lund, where I'm from, like I grew up in Mercy. Have on Preston bubble for the times, and we ain't had no thing. You spin a deuce, shit look like I'm trying to 2-track a sample, spray your block and tag your whip up. These niggas know it's not. Stuff tape on the handle on the stick, look like a Roman candle. Why they keep watching?